Chapter 1367. Fong Ping turned to Heavenly King Zhen, who looked indifferent, as if he did not see anything. Who knew who the Emperor God's avatar was? Heavenly King Zhen did not know. Who else could the Emperor God's avatar be but the Emperor God? Fong Ping stared at Heavenly King Zhen for a while, and then turned to the 6 avatars. He frowned in silence. He thought they were going to hide and would only show up when the passageway was opened. He did not expect them to show up now. The Tao Tree was also frowning at the Emperor God. Was this his teacher? The glow in his eyes was restrained. He was also an invincible powerhouse who had broken 9. He had extraordinary eyesight. After a quick check, the look in his eyes changed. Powerhouses. Powerhouses that were not weaker than him. It was hard to tell if they were avatars of the Emperor God. These avatars of the Emperor God were just avatars. Their auras were restrained, and their looks were molded at will. It was hard to tell if they were real or fake. Were the 6 powerhouses really their avatars? Not necessarily. Maybe someone was impersonating. Unless the battle was at its climax and these people could not control themselves, then they could tell. 6. It was hard to tell if all of them had broken 9. The avatars of those who had broken 9 were not made randomly. It was possible that some of them had only broken 8. But if they did not make a move now, it would not make a difference. The biggest difference between avatars and the host was that the origin was not visible. The origin of the avatars was the host's origin. Of course, the host's origin was powerful. But how much the avatars could exert would depend on the materials used to make the avatars and the amount of spiritual consciousness the Emperor God used. When the 6 avatars arrived, Hong Yu and the others looked grim. At this moment, breaking 8 was really not enough. The beginner martial powerhouses all had solemn expressions as they gathered together. The beginner martial artists and the origin had been enemies for years. Apart from Emperor of Heaven Reverse, the others were all avatars of the origin god. They would not survive once the avatars attacked them. Nobody said a word. After a while, the Tao Tree bowed slightly and said, "Greetings, Master. Greetings, Uncle Masters. Rise." The Divine Emperor's expression was calm, and there was nothing unusual about him. Emperor Dong Huang smiled. "Tao Tree, it has been years. I didn't know you had broken 9. You are indeed my favorite student. Martial Uncle, you must be joking." The Tao Tree bowed again, maintaining the appropriate amount of respect. Emperor Dong Huang was also an ancient emperor, the second one to become an emperor. Compared to the others, including the Emperor of Heaven Reverse, he might not be as early as Dong Huang. However, the Tao Tree knew in his heart that these people were not here to reminisce with him, but to stop him from proving his Tao. The Tao Tree was on high alert, glancing at Fong Ping from the corner of his eyes. He then looked at the God Emperor. The God Emperor's expression did not change, but his eyebrows twitched slightly. The Tao Tree suddenly heaved a sigh of relief. His master was telling him that there was no problem. The heaven-sundering jade was still there. This meant that his master's main body could still descend. In this way, even if the clones of the emperors were present, they would be able to deal with it. More importantly, the Divine Emperor's clone knew about the heaven-sundering jade, which meant that it might really be his master's clone. It was not impossible. After all, the Tao Tree was about to corroborate the Tao. If the Divine Emperor didn't do anything, it would be suspicious. The Tao Tree thought about it. Master might have really sent an avatar to descend. Otherwise, Dong Huang and the others would have guessed something. They chatted for a while. The God Emperor looked at the heaven-subduing king. He was no longer stern. He put on a faint smile and asked, "Is his brother Yang here?" The heaven-subduing king answered lazily, "I don't know. Ever since I came to the human world 8,000 years ago, I have never seen my master. If you want to find him, go find him yourself. If you can't find him, I can't either." The God Emperor smiled. He did not mind. Among the 6 people here, the God Emperor and the Emperor of Heaven Reverse were in the form of elders. Dong Huang, Shi Huang, and the Emperor of Heaven Reverse were middle-aged. Spirit Emperor was still handsome. He held a sword in his hand and said nothing. At the moment, he was looking at Fong Ping with hostility. Fong Ping felt uncomfortable under Spirit Emperor's gaze. He mumbled something. How powerful were the powerhouses here? Fong Ping's mumbling could not be hidden from the others. Even the God Emperor and the others could not help but chuckle. What a brave king of man. What are you looking at? As if you've never seen a handsome guy before. I'm only 21 years old. I don't look at an antique that is tens of thousands of years old. That was what Fong Ping was mumbling. He did not even try to cover it up. Spirit Emperor's eyes glowed coldly. His face was hostile. Fong Ping did not care at all. He did not care how powerful these avatars were or how many there were. To be able to break 9 avatars for a short period of time, this was his confidence. With confidence, he was not afraid of these people. At this moment, seeing that the others did not speak, Fong Ping said directly, "Cut the nonsense. Stand on the side when it's time. Everyone, divide your forces and fight later. Don't think about doing something in the dark. You've lived for so many years. It's meaningless to do that." Fong Ping said, looked at Spirit Emperor, squinted and asked, "Spirit Emperor, is the previous agreement still effective? If it's effective, then come. If it's not effective, then we'll go our separate ways. Anyway, I've taken the thing. Don't expect to return it." As he said that, Fong Ping called out, "Luan, Sherpa, Tengu, the 3 of you come to my place. 4 of us break 8 avatars. It's not a bad idea to kill one that broke 9 avatars. Heaven subduing king, God creation envoy, you two do as you please." Fong Ping was extraordinarily bold. Everyone who heard him was trembling inside. Fong Ping did not care about this. He called out to a few people and looked at the emperors again. He smiled and said, "Spirit Emperor, are you coming? If you don't come, then forget it. Emperor West, are you coming or not? If you do, I can still entertain the God creation envoy." Emperor West laughed in spite of himself and said with a chuckle, "Fong Ping, I'm just breaking through to see the seed projection. Who said I'm going to start a war?" Fong Ping said unhappily, "Are you coming or not? If you don't come, then forget it. Celestial Pole, you protect yourself. If you come, Celestial Pole, this trash that broke 6 can come to me to avoid the limelight lest he gets killed casually." On the other side, Celestial Pole's face darkened. "I'm not going." Thinking of this, Celestial Pole looked at Emperor West. His gaze was a little complicated. He snorted softly and said, "I want to go back. Go to the Western Imperial Palace. Send me out." These words were said to Emperor West. He did not want to stay here anyway. It was dangerous everywhere. Although his father's avatar had descended, was this insurance? Stop joking. The key was that it was hard to say whether this was his father's avatar or not. Who knew if it was someone else pretending to be him? If someone else pretended to be him, he would be even more unlucky later. Emperor West glanced at Celestial Pole and said softly, "Going out now might be more dangerous. It's better to stay. When this place is broken, we'll leave together." Everyone's expression changed slightly. What did he mean? No one explained. Right now, outside, there might be the Emperor's real body descending. This meant that it was more dangerous to go out alone. It was safer to go out together. Celestial Pole's expression changed as he cursed in his heart. If that was the case, of course, he would find a safe place to stay. But the place was only so big. Where was it safe? He looked around. There were many powerhouses here. Celestial Pole's teeth hurt. If he was not careful, he would be finished. After thinking about it, Celestial Pole still walked towards Fong Ping. As he walked, he said, "Fong Ping, you guys snatch what you want. I don't want anything. Don't do anything to me. Everyone, at least I have an Emperor father. It's not like I'm stealing anything from you. Just pretend that I don't exist. Don't make a move on me. Once this place is broken, I'll return to Emperor West's palace immediately. We'll never meet again. There's no benefit in killing me. The clone in this place, I won't admit that he's my father. Unless my father's real body descends." Emperor West's clone smiled. He did not care. The other emperors also had smiles on their faces. They did not say anything, nor did they look down on him. Interesting. Emperor West's son was very interesting. Here, Broken 6 was really dangerous. Even more dangerous than true gods. True gods, venerable emperors. Everyone knew that they did not have the ability to participate, so they would not deliberately attack them. However, Broken 6 was not weak. Under the serious injuries of Broken 8, Broken 6 could also kill Broken 8. It was a fatal threat to Broken 8. It was not strong either. In this way, these Broken 6 heavenly kings were in an extremely awkward position. Celestial Pole said that he would not participate as soon as he arrived. Killing him would offend Emperor West. If someone wanted to attack him, they had to consider whether it was worth it. Killing a guy who did not fight or snatch, offending an emperor, it was not that no one would do this. For example, this bastard Fong Ping. Therefore, after thinking about it, Celestial Pole decided to follow Fong Ping first, lest he was attacked by this guy. Fong Ping laughed and did not care about him. He continued, Emperor West, if you come, you and Spirit Emperor, plus the few of us. Even if there are 3 Broken 9, we are not afraid of him. If we join forces, we will also be the overlord here. Heavenly King, subduing, glanced at him. Fong Ping smiled. Don't look at me, Heavenly King, subduing. Find a Broken 9 and team up. Let's go our separate ways. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Find a Broken 9 and team up. Maybe you will gain more. The 6 emperors all looked at Fong Ping with a half-smile. Fong Ping did not care about this. He said again, Hong Yu, you guys have a plan before, right? Hurry up and pick a team. Don't waste time. We are not fools. Who are you going to plot against? All right, I think the Chua lineage might be working with Heaven Reverse Emperor now. Let's divide the enemy and ourselves and sort things out. Otherwise, when our own people kill our own people, it will be a show for ghosts. Fong Ping looked back at the emperors and asked curiously, Aren't you going to divide? Are you going to act together with the Broken 9? Emperor God, you and Dao Tree are naturally on the same side. You two should go together. Don't trick others. You two might become public enemies later. Don't hurt people. The God Emperor laughed. He had a benevolent expression on his face, and he wasn't angry either. Human King, interesting. Don't say interesting. If your real body is here, of course I won't talk to you about this. But after all, it is just a clone. No matter how powerful the clone is, we have many Broken 9. Can't we exhaust you to death? Do you really think I don't know that the strength of the clone is limited? Even if it is a Broken 9 attack, the duration is limited. Fong Ping curled his lips. Everyone here, except for Dao Tree, is just for show. A Broken 9 attack is a Broken 9 attack. It may not be much better than a Broken 8 attack. The emperors burst into laughter again. Heaven Reverse Emperor grinned. Since you have said so, we will appear narrow-minded if we delay any longer. Underworld, Sky Arm, together? The Underworld God glanced at him without saying anything. He waved his hand slightly. The group of Chu powerhouses behind him walked toward Heaven Reverse Emperor. Among the 5 emperors and 5 emperors, Heaven Reverse Emperor had the deepest relationship with Chu. As a matter of fact, they had no other choice. The Chu powerhouses walked toward Heaven Reverse Emperor. Emperor God grinned and turned to Dao Tree. Dao Tree frowned, but soon calmed down. In the blink of an eye, Dao Tree appeared behind Emperor God. Hong Yu, Li Zhu, Tianji, and the others walked toward Emperor God. Hong Kuan, King Qian, and King Jin walked toward Emperor East. Emperor Monster and Feng looked at each other. Then, Emperor Monster appeared next to Heaven Reverse Emperor in a blink. Feng did the same. This time, many people were alarmed. On Heaven Reverse Emperor's side, there were 3 Broken 8 martial warriors. Now, 2 more went over. 5 Broken 8 martial warriors. Among the 5, there were several Broken 2 martial warriors. They were not weaker than Fong Ping's side. What was more, there were several Broken 7 martial warriors and more than a dozen Broken 6 martial warriors. This side was not weaker than Emperor God's side. Emperor God's side only had 2 Broken 9 martial warriors. But Dao Tree, especially, was stronger than a Broken 9 avatar. The other heavenly kings made their choices. Qing Tong was from Emperor God's side. Naturally, he chose Emperor God. Yin Fei and Lu Shan. One was the first seat of Emperor Nan, and the other was the first seat of Emperor North. They chose Emperor God's side. They had worked with Hong Yu before. Sheng Hong took a look at Heaven's fate. After a moment of hesitation, he brought Sheng Nan to Emperor West. Sheng wanted to follow heaven's fate. But with senior brother and master's avatar here, he had no choice. As a result, only Moon Spirit and Gong Yuzi, the two heavenly kings, did not speak. Of course, there was also Heavenly King Zhen. Moon Spirit did not bother to say anything. She walked toward Fong Ping directly. Seeing this, Gong Yuzi's eyes flickered. He glanced at Zhang Hao and walked over as well. Fong Ping raised his eyebrows, but said nothing. Heavenly King Zhen grinned. You guys are really on the same side. You guys are emperors. Why are you acting like elementary school students? Do you think you can form a team just because Fong Ping says so? As he spoke, Heavenly King Zhen looked around and grinned. Spirit Emperor, there's no one here. They don't like you. That's pathetic. Why don't you team up with me? Spirit Emperor snorted and ignored him. It was pathetic indeed. Fong Ping coughed dryly. Don't, Spirit Emperor. We're on your side. After saying that, he took the initiative to walk towards Spirit Emperor. Then, he looked around and said, Where's Fat Pig and Cat? The cat also looked around. It was a little disappointed when it did not see Third Cat. Spirit Emperor frowned. After thinking for a while, he reached out and grabbed. In the void, a fat cat appeared. Third Cat. The cat was a little happy. It jumped over and rode on Third Cat's head in an instant. As for the Heavenly Hound, its dog eyes were slanted. Its gaze was unfriendly. No one knew if it was angry. Anyway, it did not want to be with Spirit Emperor. But compared to the others, forget it. It was better to follow Spirit Emperor. Although Spirit Emperor beat it up, Spirit Emperor looked the dumbest and was easier to deal with than those human spirits. The cat did not care about them. Riding on Third Cat's head, it smiled happily and took out a bag of snacks to feed Third Cat. Third Cat also opened its mouth and ate. It did not know if it tasted good, but it was in a good mood. Suddenly summoned by Spirit Emperor, Third Cat was a little afraid. But when it saw Big Cat, it was less afraid. It was quite fun. At this moment, Third Cat became the cat's mount. Spirit Emperor did not say anything. Fong Ping and the others walked over. She did not speak either. On the other side, Heavenly King Zhen said sadly, Brother Chun, why don't you come with me? Chun, Emperor West. The emperors of the past all had only one name. It was Fong Ping's first time hearing Emperor West's name. He looked curiously at Celestial Pole, who was hiding behind, and said in a low voice, Your father is called Chun. Why are you called Celestial Pole? Celestial Pole's face was dark. He gritted his teeth and said, The West Pole, the ultimate pure land. Back then, it was not named according to the surname. Besides, there is no surname. Then why do the two sons of the earthly emperor have surnames? Celestial Pole was annoyed and said impatiently, One is called Kuan, the other is called Yu. Hong is not a surname. I just used to call them that. Then I'll call you Chintianji? Celestial Pole was angry. Damn, why are you still arguing with me about this at this time? How annoying. Someone come and beat this bastard to death. Emperor West could not help but laugh. He looked at Heavenly King Zhen. After a while, he smiled and said, Since Brother Zhen thinks highly of me, then let's go together. Fong Ping sighed and said, Our side is still very strong. 6 emperors are at the ultimate pure land. 2 of them are on our side. We are only slightly weaker than the divine emperor's side. Not bad. The God Creation envoy glanced at Fong Ping. He did not know what Fong Ping was going to do. Even though they were clear now, was it really like this? That might not be the case. They were all top-notch powerhouses. How could they expose their intentions so easily? On the other side, the Divine Emperor gave Fong Ping a meaningful look and said with a smile, Since everyone is ready, let's break through now. What about them? Fong Ping glanced at those non-Heaven Realm powerhouses. There were also many on the human side. Water Power and Power Mediocre. Zhang Hao, Thunder King, and War King had not reached the Heavenly King realm. These young friends, stay here for a while. The Divine Emperor chuckled and said, In the passageway, the power of the rule is strong. Those who are not Heavenly Kings will die easily. The Divine Emperor is magnanimous. Fong Ping laughed and gave a thumbs up. I was afraid that you would force them into the passageway to consume the power of the rule. It seems that I have underestimated you. After saying that, Fong Ping looked at Jiang Hao and the others. You guys stay here and cultivate well. The power of the rule in this place is strong, and the vitality is also strong. If you don't enter the passageway, your safety is still guaranteed. Cultivate well and strive to enter the Heavenly King realm as soon as possible. Fong Ping said again, when the fight starts later, don't run around. I think that even if they fight, they will be in the heavenly realm on the other side. They might not cross the passageway. Moreover, once the passageway is opened, there will be a lot of vitality transmitted over. You guys just have to cultivate well and seize the opportunity. If you miss this village, there will be no more shops. Fong Ping nagged for a while. The Spirit Emperor in front was a little impatient and said coldly, Are you done? If you're done, enter the passageway. Women are impatient. Didn't you see that the other emperors have no objections? Fong Ping muttered again. The God Creation envoy glared at him. Fong Ping said indifferently, I'm testing the magnanimity of the emperors. If they don't even have this bit of magnanimity, how would they dare to cooperate? Aren't they afraid that others will stab them? Lord Spirit Emperor is magnanimous. Why would he care about this? I'm a straightforward person. If I have something to say, I'll say it directly. I'm not like you guys who have lived for a long time. There are many tricks and schemes. I don't have these. After all, I'm only 21 years old. I have a straightforward personality. If I have something to say, I can't hold it in. On the other side, the emperor said faintly, There's no need to be modest, human king. There's no need to be modest. I'm 21 years old. It's not embarrassing. What's there to be modest about? Fong Ping chuckled and said, Your Excellency, human emperor. No, Your Excellency, slaughtering emperor. Don't do anything to me. Killing the God Emperor and the Tao tree is the most important. As for me, you can put it behind me. I have some strengths, I'll show it on the surface. If you kill me, it might even attract the attention of the Celestial Emperor and the Sun God. I'm a chess piece that these two have jointly set up. In fact, I can be considered their spokesperson. So, don't provoke me. Otherwise, you'll suffer a big loss and your real body will be killed. Everyone's pupils constricted. Heavenly King, subduing, really had a toothache. Mother asterisk cur. What the hell were you trying to do? Fong Ping said casually, Don't look at me like that. I've cultivated to broken 8 so quickly. These two have given me a lot of benefits. It's fine as long as everyone knows it. Don't tell anyone else. Otherwise, people will think that I, Fong Ping, have no talent. Fong Ping chuckled and said, If that's the case, it's also to save your life. I'm such an important chess piece. If you guys kill me and ruin other people's plans, be careful that you'll be in big trouble. I didn't want to admit it in the past. That was because other people were useless and couldn't kill me. Now I'm scared to death. Tao Tree, God Emperor, you heard it too. Don't do anything to me. If I die, I'll really die. It doesn't matter if the other clones die. Just catch them and beat them to death. Shut up. Heavenly King, subduing, shouted softly, slightly annoyed. Go in. If you want to talk, get out alive first. He could not stand this guy anymore. Wasn't he afraid that everyone would get impatient and kill him together? Fong Ping curled his lips again. Looking at the passageway in front, he exhaled. There's only 60% of the rule's power left. Logically speaking, it shouldn't be a problem for so many of us to go over. I'm just afraid that someone will plot against us. Everyone take it easy. Those below broken 8, be careful and guard against others. It's hard to predict a person's heart. No one paid attention to him. Everyone walked toward the passageway one after another. Just as Spirit Emperor was about to leave, Fong Ping hurriedly said, Don't. Let's go at the back. They're strong. Let them go first. Spirit Emperor turned around and gave him a look. His eyes were cold as he said coldly, It's not your turn to order me around. TSK, then you can go and die. Don't drag us down anyway. You might as well follow Emperor West. Celestial Terminus is so good at being bystanders. I think Emperor West has the same personality. It might be safer to follow Emperor West. Spirit Emperor looked at him coldly. After a while, he said coldly, Are you really not afraid of death? This place isn't within the checkpoint. The rule's power will no longer be suppressed after passing through the passageway. I'm afraid. That's why I said so much. Fong Ping said in distress. I've just broken through Broken 8. I still want to live for a few more days. I want to go home and show off. Previously, I beat the Demon Emperor into submission. I don't want to die here. That's why I told you to slow down. Spirit Emperor was a little annoyed. He could not be bothered with him and walked forward directly. Fong Ping saw that the others were following him quickly and said hurriedly, Everyone, remember, you and I are on the same side, not the same side as Spirit Emperor. She's just a clone. If she dies, then she dies. If we die, then we really die. If you follow me, even if there's no benefit, you won't die so easily. Don't follow this woman blindly. Sherpa, I'm talking to you. Sherpo's face darkened. Am I that stupid? Everyone was too lazy to say anything. One by one, they walked toward the passageway. As soon as these people entered the passageway, the rule's power erupted instantly. Outside the passageway, Warlord held a jade pendant in his hand. He cursed in his heart. This kid won't trick me to death, will he? He wants me to crush the jade pendant at the critical moment. I don't think it's that simple. I hope it's okay. The main thing was that Fong Ping said one sentence. Crush the jade pendant and go into the passageway. Which passageway? He even specifically told him to run faster and not to delay. The more Fong Ping said that, the more afraid he was. This bastard. What was he trying to do? I don't want to die so quickly. Anyway, I don't think it's a good thing. The more I think about it, the more worried I am. Chapter 1368. As soon as he entered the passageway, Fong Ping realized that something was wrong. Fong Ping frowned instantly. Everyone was defending, and no one was able to defeat those big hands. Even these Emperor avatars were only defending, helping some of the people around them to defend, but allowing the power of the rule to bombard them. Fong Ping raised his eyebrows and smiled. Everyone, why don't you defeat these rule powers? No one answered him. Fong Ping was depressed. He looked at Heavenly King, subduing in front of him, and shouted, Godfather, why don't they defeat this rule power? There was silence in the passageway. Everyone was speechless. Wasn't it Heavenly King subduing previously? When he needed it, he would be a godfather? The corner of Heavenly King subduing's mouth twitched. He said unhappily, Don't you have to use more strength to defeat the rule power? Just go over directly. We can also prevent the people who come later from suddenly attacking. Godfather, is it that simple? What do you think? Heavenly King, subduing, snorted. Do you think it's to guard against Heavenly Emperor Zhan and Earthly Emperor? One of them has disappeared, and I don't know what happened to the other. Why would we be afraid of them when there are so many of us? Brother subduing. At the side, Emperor West smiled. There's no such thing. At the back, Fong Ping pulled the God Crafting Envoy and raised his eyebrows. What do you mean? The God Crafting Envoy said casually. The rule power suppresses the projection power. Guard against it, lest they attack from the back without any obstruction. With the passage of the rule, the power they can exert will be limited. Oh! Fong Ping understood. He also understood why Heaven Exterminating Emperor would risk his life to consume so much rule power. He understood, and so did the others. They were all on guard. Who were they guarding against? Of course it was war. Other than war, there was also Earthly Emperor. Earthly Emperor had dissipated, but it did not mean that he was really gone. Moreover, did the other emperors really not have avatars hiding outside? This was also hard to say. With the rule power, these people would be killed by the rule power if they barged in. It would more or less be of some use. Now, there were a lot of Broken 9 and Broken 8 that came in, so there was no need to worry. If they defended together, these 60% rule power would not be able to do anything to them unless it exceeded the power of an emperor. Fong Ping rolled his eyes. Suddenly, he kicked Song Mao, who was riding Tricat, out of the defensive circle. Rumble, after being struck by lightning, the fur on the cat's body instantly stood up straight. The cat turned its head to look at Fong Ping, its face full of grievance and innocence. What are you doing? Why did he kick the cat? Why did he want to harm the cat? Fong Ping said hurriedly, "Stupid cat, don't run outside. Be careful not to be struck to death. Why are you so stupid?" As soon as he finished speaking, Fong Ping hurriedly threw a punch, shattering a thunderbolt. He grabbed Ash Cat and pulled it into the defensive circle. Fong Ping scolded the cat. In front of him, the Spirit Emperor turned his head and looked at him, frowning. Fong Ping did not even look at her. At this moment, all the powerhouses laid out a huge defensive circle, only defending and not attacking. Although the power of the rule was consumed, the consumption was minimal. At this rate, the 10,000-meter-long passageway would at most consume 10% of its energy to reach the end. That was the remaining 50% of rule force. Fong Ping cursed in his heart. These guys really knew their stuff. They knew that the heaven battling the arch probably had other ideas and were guarding against him. At the thought of this, Fong Ping suddenly slammed into the Tengu beside him. Tengu was instantly knocked out of the defensive circle. Rumble! Countless thunderbolts and giant hands blasted toward it. The heavenly hound barked and scolded. Big dog, you can actually devour the power of the rule to strengthen yourself? That's amazing. Devour more. The Tengu was stunned. It could not do it, but maybe it could. It had not tried devouring the power of the rule before. Its devouring technique could devour anything, but it had never thought of devouring the power of the rule before. At this moment, the Tengu was suddenly tempted. Could it? It did not know. It could try. As soon as Fong Ping finished speaking, the Tengu did not come back. Its eyes widened and suddenly, it swallowed a giant hand. Rumble! The Tengu's body rumbled, smoke coming out of its orifices. The Tengu was just about to scold when Fong Ping smiled and said, "Eat less. It's not easy to digest if you eat too much. Take it slow. Once you get used to it, you can hone your golden body. Look at you, I already have jade bones, but you're still golden. I don't know how you cultivate." The Tengu was stunned. It felt a little inferior. Many years ago, it had cultivated to the peak of golden body, half-step jade bones. Golden body was almost jade body. Jade bones were also a little short. Yet, it did not break through this stage. Its vitality, on the other hand, had undergone a qualitative change. Back then, it did not know what it ate that caused its vitality gate to expand, allowing it to complete the 8 breakthrough transformation. Right now, it was still a distance away from breaking through 2 gates. However, if it succeeded in forging jade bones, it would also be a powerhouse who had broken through 2 gates. When the Tengu thought of Fong Ping forging jade bones, even the dumb cat had done so, it made up its mind. The power of the rule also contained life force. Perhaps it could really be useful. Body honing made sense. It could continue eating. What could the Tengu not eat? If it did not die from eating, it could continue eating. Woof! A dog's bark rang out as the heavenly hound soared into the sky and swallowed a smaller hand into its stomach. Rumbling sounds rang out from within its body as the power of rules exploded out, causing the heavenly hound's Vajra fur to stand on end. At this moment, in front, the Tao tree said in a low voice, "Tengu, devouring the power of the rule will only hurt itself. It can't hone the body. None of your business. I'm happy to." The Tengu humphed. How would it know if it did not try? The Tao tree frowned, looking at Fong Ping. Fong Ping yawned, looking at the God Crafting Envoy, smiling. "Senior God Crafting Envoy, your divine bones and jade bones don't match. Go and get hit a few times too. Maybe you can forge them into one. Then, you'll be comparable to a twice-honed jade bone." This was the foundation of Celestial Emperor Baishan's strength back then. The God Crafting Envoy raised its eyebrows, smiled, and walked out. Rumble! Thunder rose again. Someone said faintly, "Fong Ping, you want to pave the way for a battle. However, a battle might not be merciful to you. Wang Jinyang is not a battle." They were not fools. What was Fong Ping trying to do? Fong Ping said lazily, "What? I don't understand what you guys are talking about. What, paving the way or not? There are so many of us. Why would we be afraid of a mere projection?" Fong Ping said indifferently, "I'm honing my own flesh. Needless to say, my flesh is incomparably strong. It's just that I'm almost able to hone my jade body. I really want to try, but forget it. I'm afraid of death." Everyone stopped talking. They continued moving forward. As for Fong Ping, he began to bluff Sherpa and Luan. However, these two guys were unwilling to go out no matter what. It was too dangerous. The god-crafting envoy and the heavenly hound could hold on for a while, because they were stronger than them. Although these two had also forged jade bones, they were not as strong as them. At this moment, Fong Ping raised his head and looked at the defensive shield in the sky. This was jointly built by Mini Break 9. It was incomparably sturdy. He had to think of a way to break this thing. The power of the rule actually suppressed the projection. Fong Ping only just found out. If the power of the rule was consumed too little, wouldn't Heavenly Battle Emperor's strength be reduced by more than half before he could even enter? How could that be? He was still waiting for Heavenly Battle Emperor to fight against a Break 9 clone. Fong Ping felt that Heavenly Battle Emperor could fight against a Break 9 clone. Although the power of the projection was mostly Break 8, it would almost never reach the Break 9 realm. When the god-crafting envoy could not hold on any longer and drilled into the defensive shield, Fong Ping said telepathically, "Senior, how do I drill a hole?" The god-crafting envoy instantly understood. She knew what this guy was going to do. She was a little speechless. After thinking for a while, she said telepathically, "This was set up by a few Break 9 together. Unless one person's power output changes and destroys the structure, this power of the rule won't be able to break the defensive shield." After thinking for a while, she said, "Kid, don't be too confident. Zhan Huanjin might not be on our side." Fong Ping did not care about this. Without another word, he kicked Celestial Pole, who avoided him sideways. F***CK. Celestial Pole cursed. "Fong Ping, I will take revenge sooner or later. Do you want to kill me? I'm only Break 6. Rumble. A thick thunderbolt descended. At this time, in front, Emperor West frowned slightly. He sighed softly in his heart and suddenly made a move, grabbing towards Celestial Pole. Rumble. In the sky, a hole appeared in the defensive shield instantly. A few huge palms covered it instantly. An incomparably huge palm directly grabbed through the defensive shield at this moment, grabbing toward Joyful and Heavenly King subduing below. "Fong Ping!" Someone shouted coldly. Even Spirit Emperor was sullen. A few of them looked at Fong Ping coldly. At this moment, a hole had appeared in the defensive shield. Endless power of the rule surged in, killing in all directions in an instant. On the other side, Emperor West grabbed Celestial Pole back. He was also speechless. He smashed a huge palm with one palm. Heavenly King, subduing, also attacked those hands of the rule. The others were not Break 9. They were a little flustered, attacking the power of the rule one after another. The Dao Tree suddenly turned around and looked at Fong Ping, his eyes cold. Fong Ping's previous few times, they were too lazy to say anything and did not consume much power of the rule. But now, he directly caused the defensive shield to collapse. At this time, even Break 9 had to fight back. Otherwise, if more hands of the rule gathered, even Break 9 would be in danger. Fong Ping said innocently, "Why are you looking at me? I didn't do it on purpose." The Dao Tree looked at him coldly. With a wave of his hand, he smashed the power of the rule in front of him and said coldly, "Since you want to destroy it, then leave by yourself. Everyone, if fellow Fong and the others are willing to hone their bodies, then let's split up." If everyone was together, their safety was guaranteed. Previously, they had also considered this point, which was why they had built the defensive shield together. In the end, this fellow Fong Ping insisted on making trouble. It was not good to attack him now, so they might as well let him go by himself. "What do you mean? You want to split us up?" Fong Ping was the one who complained first. He said angrily, "Dao Tree, you've gone too far. You want to kill us? Although you and the God Emperor are strong, you're not invincible. Do you want us to fight you to the death and let others take advantage of you?" The Dao Tree was holding back his anger. He had nowhere to vent it. Beside him, the God Emperor was still indifferent. He said slowly, Since he's willing, let him be. Let's continue. The Tao tree snorted softly. He did not say anything else and continued moving forward. Everyone built the defensive shield again. However, previously, a group of powerhouses attacked and destroyed a large amount of power of the rule in the blink of an eye. In this place, the power of the rule was obviously much thinner than before. On the other side, Celestial Pole, who was caught by Emperor West, glared at Fong Ping a few times. He felt a little aggrieved. At this time, he did not dare to walk with Fong Ping anymore. Whether this was Emperor West's clone or not, he would leave with his father first. Otherwise, Fong Ping would have to kick him out. There's still 50% left. When we get out, I'm afraid there'll be about 40% left. A broken 9 might not be able to break through. Fong Ping calculated. At most, he could leave 30% of the rule power. 30% was already too much. The power of the rule in this place was very strong. If a broken 8 went alone, he would definitely die. If a broken 9 went, he would not be able to walk more than 5,000 meters. 30% might not be able to kill a broken 9, but at least it would greatly damage his vitality. In addition, the projection would be suppressed by the rule power. It might be even more difficult. Fong Ping did not care whether Heavenly Emperor battle was good or bad. Anyway, his target would not be him. Of course, this was what Fong Ping thought. As long as the target was not himself but those emperors, then there would be no harm in it. Of course, Fong Ping did not want Heavenly Emperor battle to be weakened too much. After thinking about it, Fong Ping looked at Spirit Emperor and said, even if Heavenly Emperor battle makes a move, he won't do it to a woman like you, right? Look, among the 7 broken 9, you're probably the weakest. If you don't think of a way to let Heavenly Emperor battle in, who do you think he'll do it to? Spirit Emperor frowned. Unless you killed him in a trap back then? Spirit Emperor glanced at him coldly. She snorted in Fong Ping's mind. Even if Heavenly Emperor battle makes a move, he won't do it to me. As she said that, Spirit Emperor seemed to have thought of something. She said again, if he's going to make a move, it will either be Emperor East or the Emperor God, or even Emperor Heaven reverse. Anyway, it would not be her. The possibility of him targeting the Tao tree was not small, because Heavenly Emperor battle would not let the Emperor God succeed. Thinking of this, Spirit Emperor frowned slightly. Although Fong Ping was annoying, she had to admit that some things were not wrong. If Heavenly Emperor battle came, it might not be a bad thing. Compared to the others, she wasn't considered very strong. If that was the case, it might be a good thing to have one more spoiler. Spirit Emperor did not waste any more time. In the air, the defense shield suddenly trembled. With a rumble, it shattered again. Once again, a large amount of the rule power attacked in all directions. The Emperor God and the others looked at Spirit Emperor. Spirit Emperor acted as if he did not see anything and broke some of the rule power. No one said a word. One by one, the powerhouses struck again, breaking many of the rule power. This time, Fong Ping did not use telepathy at all. He shouted, East Emperor, Emperor God, Emperor Heaven Reverse is your disciple. Why are you so guarded against him? Why don't you clean up the rule power and let Heaven Reverse come and see what he is guarding? The 3 teachers of Heaven Reverse were here. Emperor Heaven Reverse, this is one of the 4 emperors. Are you so unwilling to see him come? The 4 ignored him. Sometimes, Fong Ping did not have the final say. The Tao tree, who had smashed a rule power, said coldly, Fong Ping, if this goes on, don't blame us for being merciless. Fong Ping rolled his eyes. It's none of my business. I didn't do it. You don't dare to go to Spirit Emperor. So you come to me? Don't run later. We will gang up on you and see how strong you are. The Tao tree was annoyed. All of a sudden, a rule power was about to attack the Tao tree. A white energy emerged from the Tao tree. The force moved toward Fong Ping in an instant. Very strong. It might not be weaker than a level 7 strike. Fong Ping sneered. His vitality surged. The rule power that was coming toward him changed direction instantly and blasted toward Emperor Heaven Reverse. Emperor Heaven Reverse crushed the hand. He looked at the Tao tree and Fong Ping, raising his eyebrows. The Tao tree was shocked. He had passed the 13th trial. Therefore, he could direct some rule power. Otherwise, he would not have been able to go through the 13th trial and open up the passageway. Fong Ping had not passed the Divine Emperor trial. How'd he do it? On the other side, East Emperor glanced at Fong Ping and chuckled. True blood force? I didn't expect to meet someone with true blood force here. Young friend Fong, you are lucky. True blood force. As soon as he said that, many people looked at Fong Ping. Hong Yu and the rest were not surprised. Fong Ping had avoided the rule power's attack at the earthly sovereign trial. The Tao tree also understood. His expression changed slightly as he said coldly, "The power of true blood is something that even sovereign realm experts cannot take lightly. If you kill someone with the power of true blood and refine their blood, you might be able to fill your own blood with the power of true blood." He really wanted to kill Fong Ping now. Fong Ping was always going against him. The heaven-breaking jade was still in Fong Ping's hands. He just wanted to get the jade back as soon as possible to avoid any accidents. Fong Ping squinted at the Tao tree and smiled. "You want to kill me? You misunderstood me." The Tao tree replied calmly. "No, you just want to kill me." Fong Ping was like a lunatic. He suddenly laughed harshly. "You want to kill me? Those who want to kill me are my enemies." Kill. Kaboom! He threw a punch. The strength of Breaking 8 was on full display. The Tao tree snorted and threw a punch of his own. With a rumble, the punch shadow was shattered. The palm print continued to blast toward Fong Ping. Fong Ping dodged quickly and dashed behind Emperor Heaven Reverse in the blink of an eye. Emperor Heaven Reverse frowned slightly. Then, he cracked a smile and threw a punch of his own, shattering the palm print. At this moment, countless rule powers were coming at them again. Everyone shattered the hands of rule. The Tao tree's expression was grim. He moved and disappeared. In the blink of an eye, he appeared behind Fong Ping. The Tao tree did not want to be Emperor Heaven Reverse's enemy now, but he was not willing to let Fong Ping continue to be free and unfettered. This guy was a shit stirrer. The Tao tree was too strong. Here, he could even be ranked first. Of course, his instantaneous outburst might not be the first. In terms of endurance, he was definitely the first among Breaking 9. When he flashed, even Fong Ping could not catch him. When he sensed danger, the Tao tree had already thrown a punch at his head. "Godfather!" Fong Ping roared. On the other side, Heavenly King Jun was speechless. He could not care less and threw a punch at Fong Ping. Fong Ping's expression changed. He hurriedly forced his body to move. Kaboom! A loud noise was heard again. Fong Ping was sent flying. One punch after another exploded in the air. The aftershock spread in all directions. God knew how many hands of rule had been shattered. Fong Ping let out a muffled grunt. Both of them were terrifying. Heavenly King Jun did not attack again. The Tao tree frowned. He was not afraid of Heavenly King Jun. However, if this went on, the destructive power of their fight would be even stronger. The rule powers here would soon be worn out by them. Fong Ping is determined to let Heavenly Emperor Zhan in. Li Zhu transmitted his voice to Hong Yu, asking quickly, "Has Senior Earthly Sovereign really dissipated?" Hong Yu shook his head slightly. It was not that he was sure, but he did not know. Even he did not know if his father had really dissipated. However, it was true that there were no doppelgangers. If the projection was still here, it might enter too. If the rule powers here dissipated, it would be safer for Earthly Sovereign to enter. He glanced at Heavenly King Jun and then at the Tao tree. Of these two, one was at peak Breaking 8, the other at Breaking 9. There was a difference in strength, but it was not too big. Of course, if they were to really fight, Heavenly King Jun, who was at peak Breaking 8, would definitely not be a match for the Tao tree. The key was that many people were watching the Tao tree now. The Tao tree did not dare to fight to the death with Heavenly King Jun. Hong Yu glanced at the Emperor. The Emperor smiled slightly and transmitted his voice. "Let them fight. The most dangerous ones here are Qiong and the Tao tree, as well as Fong Ping and the others." Huh? Hong Yu's pupils shrank slightly. Even if Heavenly King Jun was added to Fong Ping's side, it should not be too dangerous, right? He knew that Fong Ping was difficult to deal with. But why did the Emperor say so? Emperor of Heaven Reverse's side had more powerhouses than Fong Ping's side. Fong Ping. The Emperor glanced at Fong Ping, who was hiding in the side again, as if nothing had happened. He transmitted his voice. Be careful. Heavenly King Jun is more terrifying than we thought. I know a little about Fong Ping. Have you forgotten the strength he displayed the last time you joined forces with him? Breaking 9? Hong Yu said quickly, but I'm afraid the Chua clan will not join forces with him this time. There are no absolutes. The Emperor said again, if the Chua clan is in danger, they might join forces with him again. Back then, he was only a breaking 6. Today, he has reached breaking 8. If they join forces again, I'm afraid it will not only be a breaking 9 strike. It will not be difficult for them to maintain breaking 9 combat strength. Hong Yu's heart skipped a beat. He had almost forgotten about this. This was something to be wary of. If Fong Ping really joined forces with Chu again, Hong Yu felt that he could still withstand the breaking 9 strike last time. He could not kill Fong Ping in one strike. But if they maintained breaking 9 combat strength, it would be dangerous. Kill some Chu heavenly kings. The Emperor said again, kill some Chu heavenly kings, especially those with weak spiritual consciousness and strong physiques. Make it impossible for Fong Ping to merge and weaken the possibility of him being a threat to us. As soon as the Emperor said this, Fong Ping suddenly shouted, you're still attacking. Don't force me. If you push me too far, I will join forces with the Chua clan and kill you. The underworld god's expression changed at this. Before he could speak, a large amount of the power of the rule suddenly blasted toward the group of Chua clan martial artists. The underworld god's face was livid. His eyes were as sharp as a knife as he looked around. Who was plotting against them? Boom! The underworld god, Sky Arm, and the others acted quickly. Their vitality erupted, shaking heaven and earth and crushing the hand of rule. Emperor of Heaven Reverse frowned and acted quickly. As time went by, the power of the rule was decreasing. At this moment, the Emperor God suddenly sighed. These power of the rule can't hurt breaking 9. With so many powerhouses, the power of the rule was being consumed at a faster rate than the previous kings and supreme Daos. In such a short time, almost 40% of the power of the rule had been used up. Clearly, the previous plan was ruined. Although the remaining 20% was a threat to breaking 9, it was not much, and they were only halfway through the passageway. By the time they got out, the power would be almost exhausted. The Emperor God looked at Fong Ping with a faint smile. So did Dong Wang and the others. Fong Ping's contribution could not go unnoticed when the power of the rule was exhausted. Not only that, at this moment, everyone thought of the Chua clan. That day when Fong Ping slashed the Vitality Gate with one slash, everyone had seen it. Other than Spirit Emperor's clone and the Dao Tree, who did not know, who else did not know? At this moment, Fong Ping had broken 8. It was difficult to kill him, but those Chua clan martial artists were not necessarily difficult to kill. Didn't Underworld God and the others look as black as iron? Fantasy glared at Fong Ping, wishing he could kill him right now. Fong Ping deliberately tricked them. Skyarm wanted to say something, but stopped on second thought. He and Fong Ping had worked together a few times, and it was quite pleasant. But now, there was clearly a gap between them again. Fong Ping did not mind. The Chua clan martial artists did not mention anything about working together after they came in. Obviously, they had their own plans. If that was the case, Fong Ping could not be bothered to say anything. Of course, if he had to trick them, he would trick them. Chu might also want to trick and kill the cat. Big Brother did not talk about Second Brother. Although there was no conclusive evidence, since Fong Ping suspected it, he would not mind falling out. Sometimes, if he was worried about falling out and blindly pandering, it might lead to big trouble in the end. It was better to make a clear stand and express his position, lest some people on his side made a mistake and let them succeed. That would be troublesome. Beside him, the God Creation Envoy was slightly worried. Very troublesome. Fong Ping was too ostentatious. Originally, everyone was hostile to the Dao Tree and the others. Now, Fong Ping was not much better than the Dao Tree. Wasn't this asking for trouble? The Dao Tree might be laughing in his heart now. Even Heavenly King Jun glared at Fong Ping. That was not the plan. The plan was for everyone to target the Tao tree and the others while they acted in the dark and kept a low profile. Fong Ping, on the other hand, made his side the target of public criticism in the blink of an eye. What was he doing? Did he think that this old man was not dying fast enough? Or did he really think that this old man could fight a few broken nine? But this kid, Heavenly King Zhun, narrowed his eyes. The Tao tree broke 9. The moment it attacked Fong Ping dodged it very quickly. He had just broken 8. How could he dodge it so easily? This kid's strength had broken 2 gates at least, or close to the point of breaking 2 gates. Sure enough, with a little strength, he became arrogant. Heavenly King Jin cursed again in his heart. So what if he broke 8? So what if he broke 2 gates? Didn't he see how many broken 9 were present? Moreover, Hong Yu and these broken 8 were not easy to deal with. A broken 8 like the underworld god was even closer to the peak. Fong Ping had offended too many people. He could not hold on. Fong Ping saw that everyone was looking at him. He was a little embarrassed. His body seemed to tremble a little. He laughed dryly and said, "Everyone, don't misunderstand. I just don't like the Tao tree's arrogance. He's a junior. Although he broke 9, how can he be compared to the seniors here? Moreover, he can avoid some rules, but he hasn't been able to break in after so many years. I suspect that he might have gone in before. He encountered some danger, so he deliberately did not go in. He wants to trap and kill all of you. Seniors, you must be careful. If it were me, I could avoid some injuries in tens of thousands of years. If I grind it bit by bit, I can also wear out this place." The Tao tree's expression was ugly. He said coldly, "What do you know when the rules were at their peak? Slander." Fong Ping had a glib tongue, splashing dirty water on him. "I'm just saying, why are you so agitated? Is it because you have a guilty conscience?" The Tao tree's gaze grew colder. At this moment, he wanted to kill Fong Ping even more. Arguing was not the style of powerhouses like them. Fong Ping provoked him again and again, completely ignoring the difference between broken 9 and broken 8. Did he think that he was like Kuan Peng, that he would be afraid of him? Fong Ping looked at him and grinned. His smile was uglier than crying. "Go!" Heavenly Emperor Reverse, Celestial Emperor bellowed. He did not let them continue fighting. They would talk after entering the virtual sky realm. There was no benefit in fighting here. There was no need. Everyone moved forward. This time, there was no need to defend. With so many powerhouses around, it was better to break the rules than to defend. As for Heavenly Emperor Battle, they just had to be careful. Heavenly Emperor Battle checkpoint. Heavenly Emperor Battle trembled slightly. He looked at the sky and murmured, "The suppression was broken." Strange. Based on their personalities, they would not do this. It was not that they did not know of his existence. Yet he broke the suppression. Did they think that he would not be a threat? Heavenly Emperor Battle was slightly puzzled. He stopped thinking about it. This was a good thing. Perhaps he could do better. Although the suppression was not a big deal, the existence of the suppression still limited his ability. Now that the suppression was broken, it was even better. "Stupid cat, this time, I'll bring you around the 3 realms and let you see it. How about that?" "Meow, what's the 3 realms like?" "It's all delicious." "Meow, meow." 2 Cat was excited. "All delicious? What did the 3 realms look like?" It had some memories but was not clear about the specifics. In this life, it had never been to the real 3 realms. Heavenly Emperor Battle chuckled and patted 2 Cat's head. It was good to go out and take a look. P.S. There's only 2 hours left. I'll accompany my family for dinner. Chapter 1369. Boom! At the end of the road, the rule force dissipated. At this moment, Fong Ping could already see a new world that was like the celestial realm, the heavenly realm. Fong Ping perked up. A great battle was about to break out. Everyone wanted the seed. As long as they saw the seed, a great battle might break out. Up ahead, the Tao tree was also a little nervous. He said in a solemn tone, "Everyone, the seed projection might not be that easy to seize." These words were meant to tell everyone not to start killing each other before they had even seen or obtained the item. That wouldn't benefit anyone. The Emperor of Heaven Reverse said, "The seed is in the sky. There might be other dangers nearby. Be patient. Let's wait and see." "No one is anxious." Human Emperor said faintly, "We are not in a hurry. If he could snatch it, then he would snatch it. If he couldn't, then he would destroy it. In any case, he would not give the Tao tree a chance." This time, Emperor Ling, Emperor Dongwang, and the others' bottom line was to prevent the path tree from becoming a Renhuang. As for the rest, he would wait and see. Up ahead, the Tao tree clearly understood what everyone was thinking. Seeing that they were about to exit the passageway, the Tao tree quickly sent a voice transmission. "Master, when we exit the passageway later, why don't we summon Master's true body?" "No!" The Divine Emperor transmitted his voice. "Once the real body arrives, this place will collapse. The seed will wake up and the projection will dissipate. Only when you get close to the seed can you descend and seize the seed to help you prove your Tao." The Tao tree exhaled again. The Divine Emperor was right. Only by approaching the seed and descending with their true bodies would they have a chance of snatching it. Otherwise, they would have just had their gods sovereigns descend long ago. Everyone was worried that there would be an accident on the way to the seed. He was also a little anxious. The hope of proving one's Tao was right in front of him. No one would be able to remain calm. This time, he had absorbed the power of the seed and used it to cross the broken Tao gate and reach the gate of origin. He hadn't broken the first 3 gates, but this time he had broken the 3rd gate. Right now, he was only slightly over 40 million calories. After entering the source, he might be able to reach 50 million or even 60 million calories. He would become a true emperor in one fell swoop. It was even to the extent that he could escape all shackles and become the freest emperor of the 3 realms. In Fong Ping's source world, the light cluster of the 9 Emperor Seal and the Heavenly King Seal and the Saint's Order was gradually taking shape. It was still that saber. Nothing seemed to have changed. Fong Ping's origin body entered and examined it. Looking at the Tao that had integrated the 9 Emperor Seals, he frowned slightly. It felt about the same as before. The hardness and sharpness felt about the same. No change? After merging with the 9 Emperor Seal, there were no changes? What was this? However, there was a slight difference. The difference in Qi activity. Fong Ping's body of origin stared at the Yinhua Tao for a while, suddenly feeling a little torn. Fong Ping's eyes flickered. Slash the source. Divine weapons could slash the origin, and so could the saber from before. However, Fong Ping had to break into the other party's origin world to slash the origin. But now Fong Ping vaguely understood. He thought of Old Man Li. After the 10,000 Taos merged into one, the old man's body was now severing 10,000 Taos. Severing the spiritual power, severing the physical body, severing the source. The destruction of the physical body meant the destruction of one's origin. This was the scary part about Old Man Li. When Fong Ping and the others wanted to kill someone, they might need to destroy the physical body first, then their mentality, and finally their Tao. It was very troublesome. If they were not careful, the enemy might escape. But now, Fong Ping stared at the saber for a while, his eyes sparkling. Did the saber that had merged with the 9 Emperor Seals change a little? He felt that it might have such an effect. The effect of severing myriad Taos. 9 Emperor Seal, Heavenly King Seal, Saint's Order. Fong Ping looked at the saber and suddenly laughed. Chaos vanquishing saber. Boom! In the origin world, the saber vibrated. Fong Ping said firmly, "You are the chaos vanquishing saber." That day, Nanjiang Governor Zhang Dingnan had given Fong Ping a Zamadeo. Fong Ping called it the chaos vanquishing saber. Later, the saber was shattered after Fong Ping had accumulated energy and nurtured it many times. The chaos vanquishing saber never appeared again after that. Today it was this saber, the chaos vanquishing saber, the saber that calmed the chaotic world. In this chaotic world, it could not be calmed by talking. He could only rely on this saber to calm the chaos with the saber. "We're going out?" Beside him, the God-forging envoy growled, reminding Fong Ping, "Don't be distracted." Fong Ping came back to his senses and did not say anything. A Yinhua Dao appeared in his hand. In front, a few emperors turned their heads and glanced. Someone frowned slightly. They felt the aura of the 9 emperor seals. It was true that the emperors created the 9 emperor seals, but the final shape was not finalized by the emperors. The emperor glanced sideways and did not say anything. The 9 emperor seals were known as the #1 artifact of the 3 realms in the past. However, the emperors had never used it before. The reason why they said so was because the 9 emperor seals had a different status. It represented the authority of the 3 realms. Everyone did not care about Fang Ping. At this time, no one could care about him anymore. They were less than 100 meters away from the entrance of the passageway. At this time, everyone stopped talking and sped up. They were worried that the people in front of them would beat them to it. They burst out one after another and rushed out of the passageway in an instant. Around Fang Ping, those powerhouses, without exception, were all bursting with energy. They were vigilant of their surroundings, ready to attack immediately. Fang Ping was the same. Rumble. The sound of everyone breaking through the air became one. When Fang Ping broke through the air and was about to swing his saber at Hong Yu, who was not far in front of him, Hong Yu snorted softly and growled, "Wait." Hong Yu was helpless too. "This bastard. Were you so eager to fight?" It had not started yet. Fang Ping sheathed his saber, as if he was not going to slash anyone. At this moment, he was also looking around. Prosperity. Golden Age. Like a celestial palace, the palaces stretched on. There were palaces floating in the air. There were also palaces underground. In a faraway place, there was an incomparably huge palace that shone with golden light. It covered the heavens and the earth, shining in all directions. Heavenly Court, someone muttered, his voice full of sorrow and sorrow. Heavenly Court. They saw the heavenly realm that had been destroyed in the past again. Fang Ping was a little surprised. Actually, he, who had seen the bounded domain, could imagine how prosperous and majestic the heavenly court was back then. However, at this moment, he knew that the heavenly realm 10,000 years ago was more immortal than he had imagined. Dongwang the Supremacy is preaching at Mount Tianyang today. Everyone, let's go together. Indistinctly, there was an excited roar. In the crowd, Dongwang, who was at the front, had a complicated look in his eyes. 10,000 years ago, Dongwang murmured. 10,000 years ago, he went to Mount Tianyang to preach. This was also the only time he went to Mount Tianyang, so he still remembered. On the other side, a voice sounded again. The immortal origin has been forged successfully. The worldly immortal realm is about to be divided. The heavenly court is summoning the 100 Emperors banquet. Fellow Taoists, has anyone received the invitation? Celestial Emperor Batian has descended to the Sky Martial Continent to fight against the Sky Martial God. Is there anyone who wants to go with him and watch him flee back to the heaven realm? His last words carried a hint of mockery. Celestial Darch Batian preferred to fight beginner martial artists without using his origin energy. He relied on his physical body to fight and was often defeated. Heaven Emperor Batian also likes to spar with the weak. Therefore, everyone doesn't fear him very much. Heaven Emperor Batian doesn't mind a few jokes. What a flourishing scene! Illusory figures flickered one after another. This was the heaven realm of the past. It was joyous and harmonious. The hearts of martial artists filled the entire heaven realm. The strong were respected by tens of thousands of people, while the weak worked hard to become stronger. Cultivating the Tao, cultivating the body. Fang Ping laughed coldly in his heart. This golden age had been destroyed by the hands of the 9 emperors whom they worshipped. Beside him, the God Creation Envoy also had a complicated expression. Not far away, the Heavenly Cat and Heavenly Hound were a little confused. Heaven Realm? The bustling Heaven Realm. A cat and a dog had spent their childhood here. Here, they had played with the 9 emperors and 4 emperors. Here, they had spent the most enjoyable time. However, who would have thought that such a prosperous heaven realm would completely collapse in less than 2,000 years? Countless people in the heaven realm had died. After all, those who survived were in the minority. Actually, there weren't many who recovered. Those countless ordinary martial artists had almost all died, because the Origin did not need so many people. Too many. So many that the Origin could not take it anymore. Sky Emperor and the others were considering the life and death of the powerhouses. The 9 emperors were thinking about the life and death of their disciples. These people could not be considered to be completely heartless. However, how many people had thought about the life and death of these ordinary martial artists? Probably not. Just like Hong Yu, Hong Kuan, these people would consider the impact of the death of their subordinates, but they would not think about how the death of hundreds of thousands of ordinary martial artists would harm them. That was nothing. It was the same for the Heaven Realm back then. A group of Supremes had thought about many things, but they had never considered these people. No one told them that a great war was about to break out. No one told them that this time, everyone was going to die. No one also told them that this war required them to clear out some small fries in order to reduce the burden on the Origin. Now, the number of Origin martial artists in the 3 realms might not be fewer than in the past, but the number of weaklings had decreased by 99%. Other than the human race, there were about 10 million Origin martial artists, but there were actually not many who had truly stepped into the Origin realm and rank 9. As for the Heaven Realm, there might not have been many Heavenly Kings back then, but there were millions who had stepped into the Origin realm. After this war, almost none of these people survived. The virtual Sky Realm was still maintaining the scene from 10,000 years ago. This scene might have been repeated countless times. Fong Pingyuan thought that these people were more or less sighing, a little afraid of returning home, and some could not bear to destroy the peace of this place. As it turned out, he was thinking too much. At this moment, he was still looking at the shadows and the buildings. Among the crowd, most of them were already looking at the sky. Look at that sun. It was like a sleeping silkworm, but it illuminated the entire Heaven Realm. Seed! Someone roared in a low voice. Seed! Seed filled with infinite life force. Seed that maintained the existence of the entire virtual Sky Realm. 10,000 years ago, the seed appeared. Emperor Donghuang suddenly said. As soon as he said this, everyone understood. The seed from 10,000 years ago must have appeared in the Heaven Realm, so it left behind the scene of that year, reflected the scene of that year, and preserved all of these. Like a video recorder, 10,000 years later, the seed disappeared, and the projection was left behind, leaving behind the image of the Heaven Realm 10,000 years ago. However, the seed was currently in the air, but these people did not go to snatch it. Fong Ping raised his head and took a look. It was indeed the silkworm baby he had seen before. Why was everyone so quiet? Fong Ping felt a little strange. Beside him, the God Creation Envoy suddenly pressed down on Fong Ping's shoulder. Fong Ping turned his head. The God Creation Envoy shook his head slightly and said telepathically, "Be careful of other dangers. The seed will not take the initiative to attack people, but any living creature has a sense of self-preservation, including the projection." Fong Ping nodded slightly. These people were afraid of danger. Just as he was about to say something, the Dao Tree suddenly looked at Chu Wu, looked at an armored martial artist, and said coldly, "You go up." Li Han Song. The Dao Tree recognized Tai Tu, or rather, quite a few people recognized it. Although Tai Tu had changed the appearance of Emperor armor. Who were these people? How could they not recognize Emperor armor? At this moment, the Dao Tree let Tai Tu go up to test it. On one hand, Tai Tu's strength was not strong. On the other hand, his defense was strong. They could test it more clearly so that everyone could better judge how dangerous it was. In front of Tai Tu, Sky Arm's expression changed slightly. Then he snorted coldly. "Let your people go." There were people from the Emperor God's bloodline. Qing Tong was in the crowd. The Dao Tree said lightly, "Qing Tong's physique is weak. Something might happen before he gets close. This person's physique is strong. His bones are probably jade bones. He is the most suitable to go. What's more, he is not from the Chu Wu bloodline." Sky Arm, are you going to stand up for him? Sky Arm frowned. Next to him, the underworld god looked at him and shook his head slightly. "Let him go. After all, someone had to test it." If Li Hansong did not go, there was a high chance that other people from the Chu Wu bloodline would go. Even Emperor of Heaven Reverse would not refuse. There were many people in the Chu Wu bloodline, and more of them walked the path of the physique. The Tao tree glanced at the underworld god, and then at Li Hansong, who was wrapped in armor. Li Hansong's expression could not be seen. At this moment, seeing that Sky Arm did not say anything, this guy did not say anything either. It seemed like he was about to step out and agree. Fong Ping glanced at Tai Tu and looked at him strangely. This idiot. Why did he enter the ranks of the Chu Wu bloodline? Was he going to plot against the Chu Wu bloodline? Did he not know that there was something wrong with him? If you covered your whole body in emperor armor, did you think others could not recognize you? You were deceiving yourself. Look, the Chu Wu powerhouse did not say anything. Clearly, he knew that you were not one of them. He was not going to talk to you at all. Fong Ping felt a little tired. This idiot's brain was becoming more and more useless. Previously, when he was following Chu Wu, Fong Ping was too lazy to say anything. Skyarm was fine with Li Hansong. He had been protecting him, so he did not say anything. But now, he was asked to be a pathfinder, and this guy still wanted to pretend. What was he doing? Li Hansong was about to take a step when Fong Ping stretched out his hand and grabbed. Skyarm wanted to stop him, but Fong Ping's aura changed. Skyarm's heart stirred slightly, and he did not stop him. Li Hansong, who was wrapped in armor, was grabbed by Fong Ping directly. Throwing Li Hansong to Big Cat's side, Fong Ping said mildly, "Big Cat, watch him." As he said that, Fong Ping looked at the Tao tree and said with a faint smile, "I have fewer people. I can't die. Whoever has more people will go and scout the way." The Tao tree's expression did not look good. He looked at Fong Ping and said in a low voice, "Fong Ping, do you have to go against everyone? His jade bones are forged, his physique is strong, and he has emperor armor on him, but the aura of the origin is not strong. This kind of person is the most suitable to get close to the seed, in case the seed suddenly awakens from its slumber." Clearly, the Tao tree did not let Li Hansong go and scout for no reason. The seed was the foundation of the origin. If the origin was too strong, it might awaken the dormant seed projection, causing the seed to escape from this place. Therefore, it was best to let Li Hansong have a try. Fong Ping ignored him. At this moment, he was rapidly transmitting his voice in all directions. "Godfather, I'm too lazy to wait. Why don't we get rid of this guy first? You deal with the one who breaks 9. We'll deal with the one who breaks 8 and 7. Not far away, Heavenly King Jin really had a toothache. He transmitted his voice. "Wait, they will break into a fight sooner or later. Why do you have to be the first? I don't want to wait. The more I wait, the more trouble it'll get. I'm afraid they will destroy this place. I want to pack this place up and bring it away. I don't want these people to absorb its vitality. Don't you see that someone is starting to absorb the vitality around them?" Fong Ping said impatiently, "Godfather, are you doing it or not? If you are, I'll do it now. I'll kill as many as I can." You, Heavenly King Jun, wanted to vomit blood. Was it so difficult to be the fisherman? Fong Ping, this bastard, only knew how to be reckless all day long. Can't you hold it in for a while? The situation with the seed was not clear yet. Wasn't it necessary to test it appropriately? Heavenly King Jun wanted to say something, but Fong Ping said immediately, "Everyone is paying attention to me. I'm afraid they're guessing what I'm transmitting. 10 seconds. We'll start in 10 seconds. Godfather, you and those who break 9 go and snatch the seed. I'll beat these people below into submission first. If they're terrified, I'll kill as many as I can." You want to deal with all of them? Heavenly King Jun was stunned. What did you want to do? Fong Ping did not want to do anything. They were all enemies anyway. Killing as many as he could. If he could not beat them, he would run. He was not too worried about whether he could escape or not. If he could not do it, he would unleash combat strength that broke 9. He would bring everyone along and run. He did not want a seed anymore. What else could he do? He did not care about the others anymore. At this moment, his mentality trembled. On the other side of the passageway, Warlord's expression changed slightly. Crush it now? There was a connection between him and Fong Ping. the keepsake that Fong Ping left him that contained a bit of mentality had shattered. This meant that Fong Ping made him crush the heaven-breaking jade. Warlord gritted his teeth. Forget it. He would listen to this bastard for once. He did not know what this guy was up to. Crack! A crisp sound was heard. The void trembled slightly. Around them, the martial artists who had not left looked at Warlord. Some frowned. What was this guy doing? Warlord looked indifferent. Seeing this, he said impatiently, "What are you looking at? You're looking at a fart. Are you crazy?" Everyone's faces turned green. Fart your grandpa. You can make the void tremble when you fart. Do you think you're an emperor? Before the crowd could ask anything, the void trembled even more violently. At the same time, Star Town, Su Yunfei, who had stayed behind to guard Star Town, suddenly felt something different. He quickly rushed to the Hall of 10,000 Origins. In the blink of an eye, he arrived at the place where the three main halls were. At this moment, he felt a huge force of attraction as if it wanted to suck him in. At the same time, a dark void passageway was slowly forming. Su Yunfei's expression changed. Void passageway? A powerhouse was coming from outside Earth? Anyone who saw the void passageway would think of the arrival of a powerhouse. Now Fong Ping and the others were not on Earth. The God-forging envoy and the Heavenly King had left one after another. Although the three realms claimed to have no powerhouses, Fong Ping had offended an emperor before. Could it be that an emperor was coming to Earth? At the thought of this, Su Yunfei quickly roared, "Enemy attack! Quickly report to the Martial King! Quickly!" On the other side, Jiang Chao was eating and chatting with a few young people. Hearing Su Yunfei's trembling voice, Jiang Chao's expression changed drastically. The current him was no longer a martial arts idiot. Enemy attack? Who could directly attack Earth? From the outer realm, breaking through the passageway to Earth, without the strength of a heavenly king, there was no hope. When the others heard this, their expressions changed one after another. Fatty, go and report to the Martial King. The rest of you, follow me to the Hall of Myriad Origins. In the crowd, a few rank 8 martial artists gave a low shout and ran toward the Hall of Myriad Origins. Jiang Chao's expression changed. Go and report to the Martial King? That was safer. If they left this dangerous place, they might be able to escape this disaster. These people knew his personality and did not expect him to participate in the battle. At this moment, even if most of them were not as strong as him, their first thought was to let Fatty go and report to the Martial King. They would go and fight the strong enemy. Jiang Chao's expression was ugly. He suddenly stood up and shouted, "Su Zissou, you guys go and report to the Martial King. Split up and act quickly. High-ranked martial artists, follow me and fight." As soon as he finished speaking, Jiang Chao broke through the air at an incredible speed. Su Zissou and the others were stunned. Jiang Chao? Want to fight? Although they felt that it was unbelievable, at this moment, there was no time to delay. Su Zissou and the others' faces turned red. They gritted their teeth and ran outside. They did not know if the Martial King was on Earth now. At this time, the void trembled. Phones could not be used. The only way to inform the others was to leave this place. In fact, everyone knew in their hearts that there was no need to inform them. With the strength of the Martial King and the others, as long as they were on Earth, they would be able to sense such a violent spatial tremor. Those who went to report now actually had a chance to escape, and Jiang Chao had given this opportunity to them. The few who went to report were feeling complicated at this moment. Their eyes were red. On the other side, the void trembled more and more violently. The space seemed to be collapsing. If there was a powerhouse descending, they should be arriving soon. The few martial artists who went to report had just rushed out of Stellar Sky City when the void was torn apart. Zhang Tao, Wang Jinyang, Dragon Transformation, Lindsay, a group of powerhouses walked out of the passageway. Zhang Tao immediately tore apart the space and rushed over. When he felt the void tremble, his expression changed slightly. He growled, "Quick, the passageway is at least 1,000,000 miles wide. If someone descends, they won't be weaker than rank 8. The feeling of the void trembling was too strong. It was so strong that even he could not create such a spatial passageway. It was definitely stronger than him, who was descending on Earth. The asterisk imminent. Zhang Tao was anxious. Once it was an enemy, even if they managed to defeat the enemy in the end, Earth would still be finished. Lin Zi, dragon transformation, seal the void. Wang Jinyang, help the nearby people evacuate. Hurry! Without waiting for a reply, Zhang Tao shouted, "Listen up!" As soon as he finished speaking, another person fell from the void. Li Jun. Li Jun, who had been in seclusion at the place where the God Creation Envoy had been locked. At this moment, the void trembled, and the place he was at was also being destroyed. At this moment, he also woke up and immediately rushed out of that small world. Seeing Li Jun, Zhang Tao was even more impolite. He shouted, "Li Jun, help the martial artists of Stellar Sky City evacuate. Heavenly Wood, take root in the void and consolidate the void. Don't let the space here shatter." As soon as he finished speaking, Zhang Tao had already rushed into Stellar Sky City. He was the strongest among them. At this moment, he was the only one who could fight against the enemy. It was not a battle in Stellar Sky City. Before the enemy descended, he wanted to enter the passageway and snipe the enemy outside Earth. Only by intercepting the enemy outside the realm would Earth have a chance to avoid destruction. The next moment, while Su Yunfei was still on guard, a figure broke through the void and entered the passageway. He shouted, "All of you retreat. I'll go kill the enemy. This can't be done. Crush the jade pendant, summon the experts back, and destroy the passageway." Martial King. Before Su Yunfei could finish speaking, Zhang Tao was already gone. However, the passageway was incomparably stable. This passageway was too sturdy. The moment Zhang Tao saw it, he felt a little despair. The passageway had a degree of stability. If he saw the passageway that was broken 7 or 8 times, there was hope that he could break the passageway. However, when he saw this passageway, he really felt despair. This was definitely the work of the Emperor, not to mention breaking 7 or 8 times. Even the Emperor could descend to Earth. It was too sturdy, and he couldn't destroy it. With the thought of fighting against a strong enemy and not fighting against Earth, Zhang Tao did not look back. Even with the thought of dying, he killed his way into the passageway without looking back. At most, he would self-destruct in the passageway and destroy it. Even if it didn't work, there would be experts outside to destroy the passageway. Earth, human race, a murmur came from the passageway. Outside the passageway, the eyes of Jiang Chao and the others instantly turned red. The next moment, Li Jun rushed in and shouted, "The others retreat. Those above the desperate realm, follow me in and kill the enemy." Kill the enemy. Several experts instantly rushed into it and disappeared without a trace. Chapter 1370. Void Heaven Realm. Fang Ping also informed the others and began the countdown. 6, 5, 4. The Dao Tree and the others were still looking at him, continuing to force him to let Li Han's song lead the way. Fang Ping's chi dynamic was not obvious. He held the chaos-vanquishing saber in one hand, but his gaze enveloped everyone. Cut who? The first slash had to be clean. It would be best if he could kill one with one slash. It would be best if he could kill a powerful enemy. He wanted to kill someone who would definitely become his enemy and attack him. Of course, he wouldn't be able to kill those who broke through 9, and it would be difficult for him to break through 8. However, it would be easier for him to break through 7. For example, King General, however, if he killed King Jin now, he might not have the chance to strip the Dao. King Qian? Li Zhu. Fang Ping's thoughts kept exploding. Li Zhu. Fang Ping chose his target, Li Zhu. This guy had been his enemy for a long time, but he always managed to escape. This time, Li Zhu had broken 8. Once he got out, he would probably be even stronger. But Li Zhu was not easy to kill. Even if it was not easy to kill, Fang Ping was too lazy to care. If he could not kill Li Zhu with one slash, he would at least cripple Li Zhu so that Li Zhu could not participate in the upcoming battle, lest Li Zhu tried to backstab him. The two from the Heavenly Court, Hong Yu and Li Zhu were both cunning old foxes. Fong Ping was more wary of them. The two of them still had a few tricks up their sleeves. Kill Li Zhu. Fong Ping, don't tell me you want to make everyone your enemy? The Dao tree growled once more, a little gloomy. Fong Ping, on the other hand, quickly informed the others. Stop, Hong Yu. Godfather, hold the emperor back for a moment. He didn't let these people make a move. It was hard to conceal their auras, and they would be discovered before they even made a move. Heavenly King Zhen Wang's expression changed slightly. This kid was going to attack Li Zhu. The others had also guessed it. Everyone held their breaths. Fong Ping was really bold. There were so many powerhouses here, but he insisted on being the first to attack. Fong Ping won. Fong Ping let out a low roar. Before everyone could react to what he meant, at this moment, a saber gleam that could shatter the heavens and the earth fell. Strong, incomparably powerful. Fong Ping held back a little in this slash, but not too much. It definitely had the ability to break two doors. An expert who had broken two gates unleashed his full strength. A sneak attack. The Dao tree dodged immediately. The moment Fong Ping unsheathed his saber, he had sensed it. His first thought was that Fong Ping was a lunatic attacking him. Did he think he could kill him with one slash? He was thinking too much. Dodging this strike, he wanted to kill this bastard. The other cultivators who had broken through to the 9th level also reacted immediately and retreated. No one was willing to take on this attack rashly. Even if they couldn't sense any intense energy fluctuations, the more they did so, the more dangerous it was. Even they weren't willing to take on the 8th strike head-on without sufficient preparation. 9 gate breakers were the first to react, followed by those whose spiritual power had broken through 8, and then the other gate breakers. And then there were a few experts who had broken through 8, but had yet to do so. These people's reactions were a beat slower. Actually, it was very fast. However, this was a surprise attack, and it was carried out in front of everyone. No one had expected this. There were many broken 9 here. No one dared to imagine that Fong Ping would stand out at this time. Even if Fong Ping was already very crazy, it was still beyond everyone's expectations. At this moment, Hong Yu's expression changed. He shouted, "Li, retreat!" Li Zhu had always been vigilant, guarding against everyone. A great battle was imminent. Who would dare to be careless? However, with so many people present, he was the main target of those broken 9, preventing them from suddenly attacking him. Then he would attack Fong Ping. Yes, Fong Ping was only below broken 9. He had already taken Fong Ping seriously enough. He had never underestimated Fong Ping. He dared not underestimate Fong Ping's courage. He had even thought that if the Dao tree continued to force him, Fong Ping would join forces with Sherpa and the rest to fight the Dao tree. He was ruthless enough. If Fong Ping dared to attack the Dao tree who had broken through to 9, did this mean that he took Fong Ping seriously? However, he really did not expect that Fong Ping would attack him first. At this moment, a bright light flashed in his eyes. Suppress! With an angry roar, Li Zhu was no longer as calm as before. His aura was not strong, but the sense of danger was about to make his head explode. The Myriad Realms cauldron appeared in front of him instantly. Li Zhu did not even have time to turn around. He tore the void and moved to the side. However, Fong Ping was too fast. Boom! The sudden appearance of the Myriad Worlds Palace did not have much of an effect. Before the saber gleam landed, with just a slight touch, the Myriad Worlds Palace was blasted away, smashing through the void and thrown to God knows where. Li Zhu's flesh and blood were devoured by the saber gleam in the blink of an eye, disappearing instantly, leaving only his bones. Li Zhu tried his best not to fight Fong Ping, but to avoid it. However, he was locked on. Break! Beside him, Hong Yu also reacted at this moment. His mentality exploded, wanting to shatter the saber gleam and entangle Fong Ping for a while. However, the God Creation Envoy and the rest were faster than him, attacking him one after another. The God Creation Envoy's mentality was not weaker than his. Instead, it was stronger. On the other side, Ren Huang frowned and slammed his palm. As soon as he did so, There was one more person in front of him. Heavenly King Suppression. Ren Huang's expression changed. This was trouble. Yes, trouble. Fong Ping slashed with his saber. It was extremely strange, beyond everyone's expectations. Whether it was the slash or the target, no one could have predicted it. Of all people to kill, he had to kill Li Zhu? They did not understand why Fong Ping attacked Li Zhu. When everyone was pressuring Fong Ping, Li Zhu did not speak at all. King Qian, on the other hand, even said a few words in a strange tone. They did not know that Fong Ping was not afraid of fools, but he was afraid of smart people. He was afraid of sinister fellows like Li Zhu and Hong Yu. Even breaking 8 felt more dangerous than breaking 9. If he did not kill Li Zhu, who would he kill? Break! A shrill roar was heard. At this moment, Li Zhu did not dare to hold anything back. He went all out, his decisiveness beyond everyone's expectations. Everyone thought that he was going to escape. He did not. With a loud bang, all the bones below the skull exploded. Dazzling light illuminated heaven and earth, just to block that saber. Exploding his bones was not enough. Li Zhu screamed shrilly, the origin energy in his body overflowing, directly burning his Tao. He felt that he was going to die. He did not dare to gamble, did not dare to run, did not dare to wait for the others to rescue him. Fong Ping's slash made him feel the danger of death. He could only save himself. Burning his Tao could be cultivated again. Exploding his bones could be reforged. If he lost his life, then he would lose everything. Li Zhu really did not hold anything back. Not only that, at this moment, a seal flew out from his skull. Boom! It exploded. In the distance, Emperor of Heaven Reverse was shocked. Earth King Seal. Earth King Seal. The Earthly King Seal. Back in the days, the Earthly King forged one, but it was not very useful. Because the Earthly King was the ruler of the land, the leader, recognized by all 3 realms. Later on, no one knew if the seal was destroyed or lost. Today, the answer was revealed. It was in Li Zhu's hand. This was something similar to the Human King seal. It was more powerful than the one Zhang Tao forged by smashing the Human Sovereign Sword. It was almost a divine artifact. But Li Zhu still exploded without any hesitation. Li Zhu's ambition was completely seen through now. Exploding his bones, exploding the Earth King seal, burning his Tao, Li Zhu's reaction was fast and decisive. It was even out of those king's expectation. He took Fong Ping's strike as a strike of a king and risked his life. A breakthrough 8 warrior had such an unexpected reaction. Even if he did destroy Fong Ping's strike, he would suffer a great loss. Without resting for a while, he would not be able to recover, let alone seize this opportunity. But something even more unexpected happened. After paying such a huge price, Li Zhu's skull did not hesitate or stop. He did not wait to see what the result would be. His skull glowed again and disappeared in a flash. His burning skull was fleeing. The tunnel flashed by. Li Zhu had no hope of staying. He did not think about staying. He was afraid of death. If he still wanted to stay and seize the treasure when he was so badly injured, he would be courting death. Buzzing. The void trembled. Only then did Fong Ping's saber collide with the force of the explosion. The noise was not too loud. It was not even as loud as when the others were fighting. It was just a tremble. Then, a circle of light spread out. The expressions of the few powerful warriors who stood near Li Zhu all changed. There were many powerhouses who sided with the emperor. Lu Shan, Yin Fei, Tianji, and the other heavenly kings were all on the emperor's side. Now, the emperor was stopped, Hong Yu was surrounded, and Li Zhu had given up everything to escape. Who would be willing to take the impact of the collision between the 2 powerhouses? No one. Tianji's expression changed drastically. He fled frantically, shouting, "Emperor!" He was shouting for Hong Yu. Unfortunately, it was too late. The circle of light spread out. Tianji roared and used everything he had to block it, just like Li Zhu. But could he block it? He could not. 2 breakthrough 8 powerhouses collided with the force of breaking 2 gates. They were destroyed in an instant. The impact was even stronger than breaking 2 gates. How could they block it? No. Tianji was in despair. It was not like this. He did not want to die. He had guarded the earthly Emperor God dynasty for thousands of years. He and Tianming had protected Hongyu for thousands of years. He had given up many things just to wait for Hongyu's return. Now, Hongyu had returned. Tianming was dead. Now it was his turn. Tianji was in despair. He smiled sadly. Your Majesty, take care. He no longer resented anything. He thought of some things from 10,000 years ago. He thought of the days when he was looked down upon and treated like a coachman. It was the emperor who had given them dignity. Coachman? Who was a coachman? They were emperors' powerhouses, not coachmen. Only the princes of the three realms thought highly of them. Take care. These were Tianji's last words. He had followed them for thousands of years, and he had repaid the debt of the past. He had to repay the debt of gratitude. He and Tianming had done it. They had used their lives to repay everything. Today, they had repaid everything. If they didn't, they wouldn't have the chance to. Tianji, Hongyu's eyes were slightly red. He pierced the god-crafting envoy's arm with his sword, but the sword was stuck. The god-crafting envoy's bones were so strong that they would not be pierced so easily. Luan, Tiango, and Sherpa seized the opportunity and madly attacked him. Rumble! Only then did the explosion sound. Tianji was destroyed. On the other side, everything below Lu Shan's head had disappeared. His head had shattered, and he was fleeing in panic. Not far away, Moon's spirit frowned slightly. She punched out and blasted the broken head into the tunnel. She was saving Lu Shan. Otherwise, Lu Shan would definitely die. It was unknown whether Lu Shan would be able to survive. But Yin Fei, who was under Emperor Nan, would not be able to escape this time. There were no powerhouses from Emperor Nan's bloodline here. Yin Fei was also in despair. Human Emperor, you promised me. Yin Fei roared. His voice stopped abruptly and turned into an explosion. Rumble! It exploded. In an instant, one of the 8 brakes gave up everything and fled. 2 of the 6 brakes had fallen. It was unknown if one of the 6 brakes would be able to leave alive. On the other side of the tunnel, a black hole appeared behind the War King. The War King was stunned. What was this? Just as he was in a daze, a broken head flew over. When it saw the black hole, it did not hesitate and entered it. No one could even see who it was. When the head disappeared, the War King, who had just brushed past the head, said in a daze, Li Zhu. Li Zhu of the 8 brakes? What happened? How tragic. Why was there only half a head left? What happened on the other side? This was too fast. Before he could recover, in the next moment, another broken head rushed over. The wind and rain swayed. He could not even feel the chi. With the broken head, the War King could not tell who it was. But the weakest was still a heavenly king. Those who went there were almost all heavenly kings, except Li Hansong. A heavenly king was injured like this? Could he still live? Lu Shan was already in a daze. He only had one thought in his mind. Escape. Escape. The moment he saw the black hole, he did not hesitate and entered it directly. Escape. The other side was crazy. They were all killing gods. At this moment, Lu Shan only had one thought in his mind. Get as far away from Fangping as possible. His heart was clouded. Why did he enter with them? He even wanted to steal the treasure. How ridiculous! The War King and the others were stunned. 1 8 brakes, 1 6 brakes. Both were seriously injured and dying. It was unknown if they could survive. But the key was that even the War King did not know what this black hole was. You guys just barged in? Weren't you afraid of danger? Shui Li and the others rushed over, their expressions solemn. Jiang Hao took a look and seemed to have discovered something. His expression changed slightly. A passageway. It was similar to the passageway he came from, but it was more stable and stronger. What did the War King crush? The key was, did this passageway lead to the human world? Now that Li Zhu and that unknown guy had barged in, could they have entered Earth? Jiang Hao's expression changed again. Of course, if the War King and the others were here, these two would not be a threat. Not only that, but these 2 guys who had barged in might die. He was just about to remind them when someone in the passageway said in surprise, "What's that?" Bang! A loud bang. The next moment, the War King's voice came. F***ck me Li Zhu. What happened to you? You opened the passageway? You scared me to death. That's terrible, only half a head is left. Boom! A loud bang. Old Zhang's voice came again. F***ck me, what is this? 8 breaks power? Don't run, you're going to die. Stop. I'll save you. Stop burning. Let's work together. Boom. A loud bang came again, but Li Zhu did not make a sound. If they entered the passageway, they would see that Li Zhu's head had been burned to the size of an egg. Li Zhu still did not hesitate. Even at this point, he only had one goal, and that was to escape. Escape! Just as Zhang Tao was about to continue chasing, another head rushed at him. A head without any rationality. Old Zhang thought of Li Zhu, then looked at the head and was stunned. What was going on? Why was there only a head left? What had happened? No, weren't Li Zhu and the others in the secret realm? Was this the path to the secret realm? At this thought, he was about to grab the head and ask about the situation, but he used too much strength. As soon as his hand touched the head, with a boom, the head exploded and completely disappeared. Dead! Old Zhang was stunned. This was at least a Heavenly King stage powerhouse, and with just a touch, he had died. Did I kill him? No way. How could a Heavenly King be so weak? Just now, he must have suffered a lot of injuries. At this moment, even further behind, Li Zhun was slightly stunned, then punched at the egg-sized head. Li Zhu still did not speak. Without any hesitation, he continued to burn. With a boom, he passed through Li Zhun and fled. Catch him! Zhang Tao turned around and shouted, but he was not too worried about Li Zhu's threat. He shouted, Li Zhun, go catch him. Li Zhu only has the strength of a monarch now, hurry. He was stunned. He actually felt the power of breaking 8. But could Li Zhu exert the strength of a monarch now? That was too terrifying. What had happened to these people? A broken 6 Heavenly King died, just like that, without even leaving behind a name. An old schemer who might have broken 8 was crippled just like that. Li Zhu was a schemer who was on par with him. And now, who did this to him? That was too cruel. Zhang Tao was a little scared. What was going on outside? While he was worrying, Li Zhun and the others went to catch Li Zhu. If nothing unexpected happened, Li Zhu would not be able to escape, or rather, he would not be able to. Outside, there was still Lin Zi, Long Bian, and the others. Li Zhu, who was not even at the monarch level, could not be destroyed halfway through, so he could only enter suppressing Star City. Old Zhang did not care whether Li Zhu was captured or killed. In any case, Li Zhu was finished this time. What he was more worried about was what had happened in the secret realm. At this moment, rumble, Old Zhang's heart trembled. In an instant, in the source universe, 3 great planets exploded. In an instant, 3 Heavenly Kings died. The one he had just killed should be one of them. Almost at the same time, this meant that 3 Heavenly Kings died in an instant. Old Zhang swallowed hard. This was not an invasion of Earth. It seemed that something big had happened in the secret realm, and 3 Heavenly Kings had died. In addition to Heavenly King Yi and the Heavenly King who seemed to be Yuan Gang. Did this mean that 5 Heavenly Kings had died in this place? Heavenly King Yi, who had broken 7, for who had broken 6, and Li Zhu, who was almost finished, as well as many avatars or projections of monarchs. This mystic realm was too dangerous. Kid Zhang. At this moment, Warlord's voice was heard, filled with doubt and some curiosity, followed by shock. What is Fong Ping doing? He opened the passage to Earth. As soon as this was said, Zhang Tao no longer hesitated. Fong Ping opened it. F***ck. This kid was going to do something big. Could he be the one who killed the previous few? Old Zhang was almost in a trance. Li Zhu seemed to have broken 8. You killed Li Zhu? How strong are you? In the next moment, Old Zhang rushed out of the passage. Warlord and the others looked at him in a daze. On the other side, the others were fleeing. Catacombs powerhouses, divine sect powerhouses, without exception, all of them fled in all directions. Even if this place was not big, they had to escape. Even if the heavenly gate at the back was closed and the passage ahead was more dangerous, when they saw Zhang Tao coming out, these people went crazy. Previously, it was fine if Warlord and the others were here. There was no shortage of saints in the crowd. However, King Wu was here. They were like turtles in a jar. These people were close to breaking down. Old Zhang saw these people fleeing in all directions. He could not care less. He did not even look at Hua Qidao, who was also fleeing. He asked quickly, "What's wrong?" "I don't know." Warlord was confused. How would he know? "Where's Fong Ping?" On the other side, Warlord pointed to the opposite side. Seeing that old Zhang was about to run, he immediately grabbed his arm and said hurriedly, "Don't go. There are a lot of people who have broken 9. Those who have broken 6 are just cannon fodder. Those who have broken 7 are just going to die. Those who have broken 8 can't even do anything. Didn't you see Li Zhu's situation?" Zhang Tao was also dumbfounded. Such a high-end battlefield. Those who had broken 7 and 8 were cannon fodder. Did Fong Ping kill these people? Why did he make it seem like he was very strong? At this moment, a faint roar came from the opposite side. Fong Ping. Han Yu's roar was filled with anger, pain, and frustration. "What the hell are you shouting for?" F***CK. Li Zhu ran away. Fong Ping roared. Then he bellowed, "Kill. Kill Hong Yu, Dao Tree. How dare you attack me? What's so great about breaking 9? Boom! A loud noise was heard. It sounded like Fong Ping had fought with the Dao Tree that he mentioned. Zhang Tao's expression froze. The corner of Warlord's mouth twitched. "I don't know. He broke 8 and defeated the monster emperor. I don't know what happened after that." 3 days. Old Zhang mumbled. The mystic realm had only been open for 3 days. What happened? Why did he fight someone who had broken 9? Wasn't it a sovereign who had broken 9? Am I dreaming or not? At this moment, old Zhang was really confused. He felt like he was going crazy. How could this place turn out like this? Not only that, the Fong Ping he was worried about was not only fine, but he also seemed to have taken the initiative to kill Li Zhu and the 3 heavenly kings. Now, he was even fighting a powerhouse who had broken 9. Old Zhang wanted to go over. Even if his strength was not that great, he had broken 7. He could still help in the battle. At this moment, Fong Ping's roar came again. "Clear the area. Wait for me." He did not know who this was directed at. However, Zhang Tao knew instantly that it was probably directed at him. Both sides were separated by a passageway, but he could not sense the qi activity on the other side. Only some faint sounds could be heard. "Clear the area, stand guard." When he heard this, old Zhang roughly understood. Could it be a safe passageway? Fong Ping used it to evacuate? Old Zhang could not care less. At this moment, looking at those who were escaping, he bellowed, "Warlord Thunder King, Zhang Hao, Water Force, Wuji Force. Listen to my order, kill. Clear the area." There were many human powerhouses present, not to mention that he was here. He was a powerhouse who had broken 7. On the other side, the governor's face was full of despair. He rushed into the passageway instantly. However, the power of the rule in the passageway had recovered a little. It might not hurt a powerhouse who had broken 7 and 8, but he was an injured saint. How could he be a match? Rumble! Large hands grabbed him one by one. The governor roared. He was also trying to survive in the face of death. He knew that the passageway was dangerous, but he really had no choice. As a catacombs powerhouse who was hostile to the human race, he had no way out. To face the martial king who had broken 7 or the passageway, he had a choice. However, this time he still chose to die. He had no choice but to die. In the 10,000 meters passageway, he broke through the air all the way. When he was 6 to 7,000 meters away, he could not hold on anymore. "Emperor, the martial king is here." Rumble! The governor was grabbed by a large hand and exploded, dying instantly. Outside the passageway, Zhang Tao could not care less about those. He looked at Wuji Force quickly and shouted, "Wuji Force, go inform the other human powerhouses. Let Wang Jinyang lead the heavenly kings into this place." This time, it seemed like he was going to do something big. Heavenly kings were like cannon fodder. Broken 9 was a dime a dozen. Was Fong Ping trying to poke a hole in the sky? Old Zhang shuddered a little and was also a little excited. These old opponents of Li Zhu were already in this state. Was he going to kill the emperor? No, I have to go over and take a look. Leave this place to the others to guard. Chapter 1371. In the Sky Void World. Fang Ping suddenly attacked and killed several heavenly kings. He even made Li Zhu's body collapse, and he escaped from the Sky Void World. All of a sudden, everyone's plans were ruined. Everyone was shocked by Fang Ping's strength. Second Gate Breaker. A true Second Gate Breaker powerhouse. This guy was much stronger than when he fought with the Monster Emperor. It was horrifying. The tree was furious. Fang Ping had ruined some of his plans. The war had come early. His plan to get close to the seed was ruined. Not only that, the tree had a feeling that something else was happening. In particular, the words of the governor could be faintly heard. King Wu was here. Who was King Wu? He did not know and did not care. He only wanted to know how King Wu came to be. There was a bad feeling in his heart. The tree attacked Fang Ping directly. He had gone all out in this attack. Fang Ping was sent flying. He could continue to chase after Fang Ping, but he could not care less. Right now, his goal was not to kill Fang Ping, but to get the seed. The tree did not care about Fang Ping or the danger anymore. He leaped into the air and dashed toward the seed. But someone was stopping him. In the next moment, a long sword came from the sky. Spirit Emperor. The Spirit Emperor's expression was cold. With a light snort, he charged towards the Dao tree. The Dao tree roared in anger and revealed his true form. A huge tree that blotted out the sky swept out in all directions. Its roots were like divine weapons as they charged towards the Spirit Emperor. Emperor, she laughed. His psychic energy erupted, and he also broke through the air. He said with a smile, Dao tree, you should stay. Emperor West also dashed toward the tree in a blink. The tree was so strong that one avatar of a sovereign could not hold him back. The two sovereigns were fighting the tree. Emperor God dashed out as well. The Emperor of Heaven Reverse caught up with him in a blink and said, You better stay here. The God Emperor raised his eyebrows. You want to stop me? Brother, that's not for you to take. Heaven Reverse Emperor laughed for a while. The God Emperor said coldly, Then I must try. This is not the way. Emperor of Heaven Reverse reappeared in front of the Emperor God, as if he had teleported and punched. The Emperor God frowned. After a while, the Emperor God said in a mocking tone, Interesting. My friend, do you know what I'm talking about? No one could hear what they were saying. The Emperor of Heaven Reverse did not mind. He said with a smile, My friend, does Qiong know about this? I am Qiong, the Divine Emperor said indifferently. Do you think I'm like you? Really? The Emperor of Heaven Reverse Emperor grinned and punched again. The Emperor of Heaven Reverse Emperor did not fight back. He flew toward the tree. Seeing this, Emperor of Heaven Reverse chuckled again. He teleported to the front of Zhou Xuanji and said, Brother, we haven't decided yet. The Divine Emperor frowned and sneered. Do you think you're very strong? In that case, this old man will accompany you to try it out. As soon as he finished speaking, the two of them exchanged blows at lightning speed. Rumble! Countless thunderous booms sounded out. The two of them were terrifyingly powerful, and in the blink of an eye, they killed their way into the core of the heaven realm. The heavenly court below trembled slightly, and it seemed somewhat unreal. In the blink of an eye, the 5 Ninth Breakers began to fight. At this moment, the human emperor and heavenly king Jin Wang were entangled, and Dong Wang was no longer restricted. Dong Wang didn't want to get entangled with the others. He shot up into the sky. Stop him! In the distance, the Emperor of Heaven Reverse Emperor shouted. The Underworld God and the others looked at each other. The next moment, the Underworld God bellowed. The beginner martial artists unleashed their powers and dashed out. They surrounded Dong Wang from all directions, trying to stop him. Hong Kuan and the others had followed Dong Wang. However, they ignored him and flew toward the seed in the sky. The Monster Emperor and Feng looked at each other. Without saying a word, they flew up together. But Hong Yu was in danger. Those people had run away, but Hong Yu was surrounded by Fang Ping and the others. Sherpa asked anxiously, Fong Ping, should we kill Hong Yu or take the seed? Many people had run away. Killing Hong Yu would not do him any good. Sherp was getting anxious. Hong Yu had broken 2 gates, and it was not a surprise attack. He was much more difficult to deal with than Li Zhu. Even though they had more powerhouses, it would take them at least a minute to kill Hong Yu. 1 minute was enough for them to divide the seed. Fong Ping shouted, "Heavenly King Jin Wang, kill Hong Yu and let them take the seed." At those words, Heavenly King Jin Wang broke away from the human emperor and charged toward them. Hong Yu's mouth was bleeding, but he laughed. Fong Ping frowned slightly. At that moment, the human emperor did not take the seed, nor did he stop the others. Instead, he charged over quickly and sighed. "Brother Hong Yu, you only have these 2 orphans. Why do you have to sever his bloodline?" Boom! The heavenly King Jin Wang was sent flying by his sword. The human emperor was only an avatar, but he did not feel any weaker than the human emperor that day. He sent the heavenly King Jin Wang flying with a sword. In the blink of an eye, he appeared in front of the God Creation Envoy. At that moment, the God Creation Envoy had caused great damage to Hong Yu. The human emperor held a long sword in his hand and slashed out. The void trembled. The God Creation Envoy's expression changed slightly. He wanted to try it and punched out. However, the sword pierced through his fist and quickly retracted. Puff! Blood splattered everywhere. The God Creation Envoy's expression changed again. The human emperor's avatar felt stronger than his real body that day. Was it because his real body was too weak, or was the avatar too strong? Or was it because he was restricted that day? Or was it just a disguise? The human emperor did not say anything. He slashed at Luan again. Luan hurriedly escaped. He was not this guy's match. On the other side, the human emperor and Hong Yu were fighting against the human experts. On the other side, Hong Kuan and the others were focused on seizing the seeds. Before they could fly far, 3 figures appeared in front of them. 3 top-notch experts attacked them at the same time. Dao Tree, Spirit Emperor, Western Emperor. If they fought, they would not let the seeds be taken away by these people. There was a great battle in all directions. Fong Ping was the fuse. He made his move in advance, causing everyone to have no choice but to fight. However, no one was in the mood to care about him. Seizing the seeds was the most important thing. They were fighting, flesh and blood splattering everywhere. On the other side, the Ash Cat rode on the 3 cats and began to circle around the Heaven Realm. There was someone pulling on the 3 cats' tails, Iron Head. No, it was the 3 cats' tails that had wrapped around Iron Head and tied a knot. It was in the style of a butterfly knot. It was done by the Ash Cat. Iron Head was so aggrieved. The Ash Cat could not be bothered with him. It rode on the 3 cats and looked around. It was a little depressed and had a headache. The liar said that he would take them all away, but it's so big, it's so difficult. I've never taken such a big thing before. As it spoke, the Ash Cat threw a piece of jade in the distance. The 3 cats saw it and said in a daze, "Big Cat, you can't do it. If you pretend like this, you'll take the people inside with you. They're all so powerful." The Ash Cat did this to compress this place into a small ball and then take the seeds away. However, the powerhouses inside would also be taken away. The Ash Cat said indifferently, "I can't do anything about that. Fortunately, this is a fake heaven realm. Otherwise, there's no way to compress it at all. There are so many powerhouses, so I'll just take them all away and let the liar and the others fight inside." The 3 cats nodded its chubby head in agreement. The Ash Cat fed it another bag of snacks and said with some regret, "Second cat didn't come. Otherwise, the 3 of us would gather and be invincible. Take them all away." "Is second cat fat?" the 3 cats asked. The Ash Cat said disdainfully, "No way. You're the same as me. You're the fattest." "But you're fat too. So heavy." "I'm not fat." The Ash Cat said unhappily, "I'm not fat." As they chatted behind them, Ironhead could not take it anymore and roared, "Go back. Fong Ping and the others are in trouble." "No way, idiot." The Ash Cat said angrily, "There's no trouble now. There'll be trouble later." Later, when the liar takes these away, That'll be trouble. He'll be beaten up. Now everyone was in a hurry to snatch the things. The things were not in Fong Ping's hands. Where would the trouble come from? No one would fight with Fong Ping and the others. There was not much benefit in killing him. After a while, the formation would be completed. The Ashcat array would be completed, and the fake heaven realm would be compressed. When that happened, Fong Ping would be in big trouble. Everyone came for this. If Fong Ping took them away, it would be strange if they did not beat him to death. Ironhead was stunned. Was he really going to take them away? Was he crazy? Now everyone was killing each other because they wanted to snatch the seeds. When the seeds were taken away, whoever had them would be the target of everyone. Did Fong Ping not understand? He had a death wish. Fong Ping did not care what they thought. He just wanted to snatch them away. This was an opportunity for the human race, an incomparably huge opportunity. Of course, it depended on the situation. It was too dangerous. He would think about it when the time came. When Emperor and Hong Yu joined forces, Fong Ping and the others could not hold on anymore. Hong Yu hated him to the core. Emperor blocked the others. Hong Yu's mentality erupted one after another, suppressing and attacking Fong Ping again and again. Fong Ping's force also erupted. He wielded his saber and slashed, counterattacking quickly. But now he was also entangled by Hong Yu. Fong Ping was a little annoyed. Heavenly King Jin, you guys can't kill Emperor even if you join forces? Didn't Heavenly King Jin fight a few at once? Why was it that Sherpa and the others were evenly matched with Emperor? What was this? Heavenly King Jin cursed in his heart. If you can do it, then fight. You do it. If you can guarantee that you can kill Hong Yu, I'll go and fight with Emperor Ping. Heavenly King Jin ignored him and changed the topic. Don't kill too ruthlessly. If you consume too much energy and spirit, how are you going to snatch the treasures later? Everyone was now in a chaotic battle. Emperor West and the other two were fighting each other and attacking Hong Kuan and the others. The situation was chaotic. The Dao tree was indeed powerful. Countless roots covered the void, blocking out the sun and sky, not giving others a chance to break through. Don't even think about snatching it. The Dao tree's face appeared on the giant tree trunk. The Dao tree's expression was gloomy. His master had not arrived yet. At this time, if his master did not arrive, he would not be able to break through the encirclement and snatch the seeds. Where was his master? Where was the heaven-breaking jade? Just as the Dao tree was panicking, Zhang Tao charged out from the passageway. Zhang Tao's face turned green when he charged out. He looked at the various battlefields and shuddered. This place was really high-end. The weakest battlefield was none other than Emperor East and Chu Wu's battlefields. There were 1 broken 9, 3 broken 8s, 5 or 6 broken 7s, and more than 10 broken 6s. But this place was actually the weakest. Emperor West and the others had 3 broken 9s and many broken 8s. They were about to break through the sky. On Fong Ping's side, there were Emperor West, Heavenly King Subduing, and Hong Yu. There were also many broken 8s. In the distance, Emperor Heaven Reverse and Emperor God were about to break through this world. So high-end, Old Zhang exclaimed. Look, even the force was running wild. He, a broken 7, actually felt inferior standing here. Fong Ping, I'm coming. Before Old Zhang could finish, Fong Ping scolded. What are you doing here? Get lost and go to the cat. Ask it to protect you. Zhang Tao was furious. This was too much of a blow. Since when did a broken 7 become a burden? He even asked him to go to the cat. Was he looking down on him? Where was the cat? He looked around. In the distance, the cat waved its paw at him with a big smile. Fake human emperor, come on. I'll play with you. Zhang Tao's face turned green. Play my ass? But damn it, why did this cat give him such a strong vibe? Also, what was that pig he was riding? It did not look weak. What the hell was this place? Although Old Zhang was frustrated, he did not want to waste time. Seeing that Fong Ping and Hong Yu were fighting, he did not want to waste time and went straight to Fong Ping. Fong Ping's expression was dark. He sent a voice transmission quickly. Go to the cat. Old Zhang was slightly stunned when he repeated this for the second time. Was he really letting him go? His gaze changed slightly. Old Zhang did not say anything. He could not care less about the cat's despicable look. He turned back quickly and flew toward the cat. Fong Ping did not let the cat participate in the battle or help. Did he have other motives? Also, the vitality in this place was too rich. Old Zhang only felt that all the pores on his body were relaxing, absorbing the vitality quickly. He sighed in his heart. Good place, really good place. If he cultivated here for a few years, he might be able to break through 8. Thinking of these things, he had already gone to the cat. At this moment, he saw Li Hansong tied up by the pig's tail. He was surprised. The cat saw him and said happily, "Fake human emperor, let's play together." "Play what?" Old Zhang scolded and asked quickly. "What did Fong Ping ask you to do?" "I didn't do anything." The cat pointed at the seed in the sky and said happily, "Silkworm baby, do you see it?" Old Zhang looked up and his expression changed slightly. What a rich vitality. The vitality in this place seems to be overflowing from this thing. What is this? Silkworm baby. Speak human language. Old Zhang scolded. The cat felt wronged. "I'm a cat. Speak cat language." "That's a silkworm baby." It was still third cat who interrupted. "That's a seed, the seed of rebirth." "What?" Old Zhang was shocked. This was the seed of rebirth. Projection. Old Zhang scolded secretly. Why did this pig only say half of its words? Not to mention, it looked a little similar to the cat. What a rich vitality. Old Zhang sighed again. Even through the Dao tree and the powerhouses, he could feel the unparalleled vitality. It was so strong that it could not be any stronger. If he cultivated on this seed for 3 months, he could definitely become a lot stronger. No, even 3 days would do. Too strong. No wonder Fong Ping and the others seemed to have become a lot stronger. In this place, there were actually not many who had broken 7. Other than the beginner martial artists, it seemed like only King Jin and Moon Spirit were still breaking 7. However, Moon Spirit gave him the feeling that she was about to break 8. How terrifying! As he was thinking, the cat felt wronged. The fake human emperor scolded him. All right, he would not argue with him. The cat said, "The liar said that this is good stuff, and that I have to take it home and eat it slowly. So I'm compressing the space now, compressing it to the size of a small ball, then stuffing the silkworm baby inside, and stuff it together through the passage to the human world. When that time comes, I can eat it continuously." Zhang Tao's heart trembled, stirring up a storm. What? He wanted to bring this place to Earth? Was Fong Ping crazy? As soon as he arrived, he realized everyone's goal. All the powerhouses were flying toward the seed in the sky. Obviously, everyone's goal was that. Was Fong Ping going to risk universal condemnation and seize this world? If he was not careful, the human race would be destroyed. He felt the benefits, but he also realized a huge crisis. The crisis of the human race. If he was not careful, once the seed entered Earth, it would cause those powerhouses to fight for it, and Earth would be destroyed. Old Zhang's expression instantly became solemn. Opportunity, crisis, and the danger of the human race being destroyed. Was it worth it? If he did not come, he would think that Fong Ping was crazy, and it was not worth it. But he came, and he saw powerhouses, countless powerhouses. Could the human race match them? Absolutely not. Moreover, this might not be all the powerhouses. The human race was counting on Fong Ping and the rest, but they might not be able to make a comeback. The only way was to produce more powerhouses. Breaking through 8, 9, these were the hope of the human race. The life force here was really too rich. Zhang Tao struggled a little. Then his expression turned serious. After you compress it, can it be transported back to Earth? Yes, but we still have to put the silkworm baby inside. The cat explained, you can also not put the silkworm baby inside. You can put this place in first. Then we'll put this place in first. Zhang Tao said quickly, we'll snatch it together. The human race will soon become the public enemy, so we'll snatch this first. As for the seed, Zhang Tao glanced at the powerhouses around him and said in a low voice, moreover, we'll snatch it when we have the chance. If not, we'll give up. It was too dangerous. Although Zhang Tao hoped to snatch it successfully, He could not gamble with the fate of the entire human race. Moreover, Fong Ping and the others were the future of the human race. Fong Ping alone was equivalent to half of the human race. Old Zhang made up his mind quickly, then said quickly, "Is this pig with us? If not, you're the pig." The cat and third cat scolded together. Old Zhang was stunned. Third cat said angrily, "I'm third cat, not a pig." The cat was also annoyed. "It's third cat, my little brother, not a pig cat." Having said that, he whipped third cat with his tail. "It's all your fault, eating so much to make you fat." Although old Zhang knew it was not the time to laugh, he still wanted to. This was a cat? All right, I'm blind for not recognizing it just now. There was a smile on his face, but he was nervous inside. A little carelessness, and there would be huge trouble. He glanced at Fong Ping from the corner of his eyes. Seeing that Fong Ping seemed to be suppressing Hong Yu, old Zhang was shocked. This fellow was getting stronger and stronger. Did he break through 2 gates? This was too scary. Even if I don't want the seed, this kid can't die here. Old Zhang was nervous and a little annoyed. It would have been better if he had followed. The cat felt like he had broken through peak 7. If he had come earlier, he might have broken through 8 too. Then he would not be like this, afraid of being a burden even when participating in the battle. Kill! Fong Ping swept his saber and sent Hong Yu flying. He looked around, then at Emperor and Heavenly King. It seemed like a fake fight. He was a little annoyed. Fong Ping looked at Emperor and growled, "Emperor, do you want to continue fighting?" Emperor glanced at him and said lightly, "You shouldn't be asking this. Should we be the ones fighting?" Fong Ping could not be bothered to say anything. He exhaled and said, "Let's join forces. Let's join forces with Emperor West and Emperor Spirit to slay the Dao Tree." Emperor frowned slightly. Soon his gaze flickered. "All right, but Sky," Fong Ping gritted his teeth. "Heavenly King will hold the fort. Kill the Dao Tree first. If we snatch it, even if we can break through 9 gates, we can't prove our Dao. If you snatch it, the clone can't use this. Even if it can be used, the clone won't be able to improve much." Having said that, Fong Ping roared, "Everyone, we've successfully snatched the Dao Tree. The true Emperor will sweep the world. We snatched it, even if we break through 8 gates, 9 gates at most. Can't you see who the biggest enemy is? What a bunch of idiots. If we don't kill the Dao Tree, how can we salvage the situation? If we're not careful, the Dao Tree will succeed and we'll all die. Misleading the masses with lies." The Dao Tree roared, "Fong Ping, you have a death wish. Once the Dao Tree is snatched, it may have a higher chance than me. Everyone, Heavenly King, stop the Divine Emperor. The rest of you, surround and kill the Dao Tree." Fong Ping roared and interrupted the Dao Tree. "Heavenly King, go kill the Divine Emperor. The others will kill you first." Boom! Fong Ping broke through the air. On the other side, Dong Wang looked at the beginner martial powerhouse and said lightly, "Did you hear that? Fong Ping is annoying, but he's right. The Dao Tree is the biggest threat." They looked at each other. Before they could speak, Celestial Reverse Emperor said quietly, "Stop him." He did not let Chu Wu join hands with Dong Wang to kill the Dao Tree. Instead, he had to stop Dong Wang. Dong Wang's expression changed. Suddenly he sneered. "It's you." Celestial Reverse Emperor said nothing. Dong Wang's eyes glowed. He looked at the Divine Emperor and snorted. There was doubt in his eyes. Who was this? Slash! As soon as Fong Ping arrived, he slashed at the Dao Tree without a word. With a bang, the Dao Tree's roots were broken. The Dao Tree snorted. But Spirit Emperor did not join hands. He slashed at Hong Kuan. Fong Ping's face was livid. The broadsword broke through the void. He raised the broadsword and slashed at Spirit Emperor. Spirit Emperor paled. Fong Ping bellowed, "You think my words are bullshit? Kill the Dao Tree. If you dare to attack Hong Kuan and the others again, you will also be a target." Spirit Emperor's face turned cold. Fong Ping's face was even colder. Fong Ping said to join hands, and that means it. If you dare to move, even if I don't kill the Dao Tree, I will kill you. You're just an avatar. Do you really think you are the emperor? Even the emperor has to bow down. Spirit Emperor was furious. Behind Fong Ping, Hong Kuan and the others who were about to join hands to fight Spirit Emperor felt a little strange. They had worked with Fong Ping a few times. Although this guy was unreliable, and often tricked people. But when they really joined hands, before the battle ended, he would not turn against them unless they turned against him first. The last time they besieged the human emperor, it was Fong Ping who mediated and made all parties join hands and succeed. Otherwise, even if the three realms had the power to kill the emperor, it would not be so easy to reach an agreement. At this moment, Spirit Emperor wanted to kill Hong Kuan. To Fong Ping, if he hit him while he was down, he might really succeed. But this guy actually chose to turn against Spirit Emperor. It was really unexpected. Fong Ping looked at Spirit Emperor coldly and shouted, Hong Kuan, you guys join hands with West Emperor to kill the Dao Tree. Spirit Emperor, if you don't listen, then we will attack together with the Dao Tree. We will definitely kill you. Hong Kuan and the others looked at each other, including Monster Emperor and Fong. The next moment, Hong Kuan shouted, kill. Among the powerhouses of the three realms, there was no existence who had broken 9. Killing one breaking 9 counted. As for turning against him later, that was also a matter for the future. King Qian and the others breathed a sigh of relief. Speaking of which, it was strange. Killing the Dao Tree that had broken 9 gave them a stronger sense of danger than fighting Fong Ping. These people, one after another, attacked the Dao Tree. Behind them, the God Creation envoys and the others rushed over quickly. Human Emperor was also among them. At this moment, Human Emperor looked at Fong Ping and suddenly laughed. Interesting, I also want to try the feeling of joining hands to kill a person. The Dao Tree must be very aggrieved. It was indeed interesting. In the past, he was the target of the encirclement. To be honest, regardless of whether he had used his full strength or not, the feeling of being besieged was not good. The three realms attacked together. The human sovereign realm would lose all face. But today, under Fong Ping's plan, he had joined hands with the powerhouses from all sides to kill the Dao Tree. It had to be said that this was a completely different experience. Fong Ping was too lazy to care about him. He looked fiercely at Spirit Emperor. Spirit Emperor's eyes were also extremely cold. Fong Ping was threatening her. This was not the first time. Previously, she was suppressed by the rules and could only use the strength of breaking 8. Now, she had broken 9, and Fong Ping was threatening her again. Fong Ping. Fong Ping interrupted her and shouted coldly, Idiot, did I not make myself clear enough? The Dao Tree is the most dangerous. If I don't kill him, am I supposed to kill you? The Divine Emperor's true body may come. Once the Dao Tree succeeds and the Divine Emperor escapes, your true body and avatar will die. If you can't see through this, how can you be an emperor? Do you really think you can't die just because you have some relationship with the Celestial Emperor? You. Spirit Emperor's tone was cold. Fong Ping did not budge an inch. He shouted coldly, on the count of 3, if the Dao Tree is not killed, you will be the third party. In the war, the third party must die. Try me. Boom. There was a loud noise. What do you mean by 3? Fong Ping attacked. A saber slashed out, shaking the surroundings. This savage guy had just joined forces with Spirit Emperor. Now for Hong Kuan, he had turned against Spirit Emperor in the blink of an eye. It made everyone feel a little dizzy. At this moment, an incomparably huge fat cat was thrown over by Tsang Mao. The fat cat flew in the air and screamed, Master, don't fight, can you hit that tree? Spirit Emperor's face was livid. He grabbed the third cat and threw it over to the old cat again. He looked at Fong Ping coldly and snorted. Without looking at Fong Ping, he quickly rushed toward the Dao Tree with his sword. This debt would be settled slowly. It was not that she did not know what Fong Ping said made sense, but she was angry at Fong Ping's attitude. No distinction between superiors. Insubordination. If it were not for the intervention of the third cat, she would not have finished with Fong Ping. Fong Ping also snorted. Long hair, short knowledge. So, What if she was the only queen? If she pushed him too far, he would burn his Tao and kill her first. Women did many bad things and were not broad-minded. She might become a disaster later. The strongest here was the Tao tree. Who else should he kill if not the Tao tree? This was a rare opportunity. Just follow and kill. What nonsense! Kill. Fong Ping did not waste any more words. Although he was on guard against others attacking him, he still unleashed his breaking 8 strength. Once again, he hacked at the Tao tree that was besieged by powerhouses from all sides. In his mind, however, he was thinking that there was something wrong with Heaven Reverse Emperor. Chu Wu was still besieging Dongwang. Heaven Reverse Emperor was also entangled with the God Emperor. It seemed that he was helping others kill the Tao tree. But was the God Emperor really the God Emperor? Heaven Reverse Emperor and the Tao tree were on the same side. P.S. Recommending a new book by the Great God, Lord of Secret Treasures. New World. Destiny awakens. Rare treasures emerge. All kinds of new treasures, different types, different powers. The young man wields an ancient treasure, ascends to the top of all treasures. Chapter 1372. Puff. The sound of roots piercing through flesh could be heard. King Jin, who had broken through to 7 levels, was of limited use in a battle of this level. If it wasn't for Hong Kuan and King Qian's help, he might have been killed by the Tao tree. King Jin had a lingering fear in his heart and quickly retreated. Emperor Shi, Emperor Ling, and Emperor Ren Huang were the main force, while the other breaking 8 sovereigns supported them. Everyone worked together to besiege the path tree, but it was still difficult to kill it. It was only now that everyone realized just how powerful a true 9 Shatterer was. Of course, this was also related to the fact that the 3 clones did not use their full strength. These fellows also did not wish to really fight to the death with the Tao tree right now and let others benefit. As for the Tao tree, in order to survive, it naturally went all out without holding anything back. You listened to Fong Ping's nonsense and fought me to the death. Heavenly Emperor Zhan hasn't appeared yet. Do you really think you could take away the seeds? The Tao tree's voice was cold and his attacks were merciless, but he was also alienating everyone. It was just an alliance of benefits. The alliance between Fong Ping and the others was not stable. Even if he killed some people, these people would quickly escape on their own and would no longer surround him. The Tao tree had its eyes on Fong Ping. A few main roots penetrated everyone's defenses and reached Fong Ping in an instant. Fong Ping brandished his saber and slashed. With one slash, the web between his thumb and forefinger split from the impact. Too strong. He was now an expert at the second gate-breaking realm. He wielded the powerful chaos-vanquishing saber in his hand, but the backlash caused his hand to bleed. The roots of the Tao tree were terrifyingly strong. This was related to the 3 sovereigns. Although the 3 emperors were attacking, they did not go all out, nor did they have the intention to protect Fong Ping. Fong Ping sneered inwardly. These emperor clones were even more unreliable than the rest of the people in the 3 realms. Last time, the experts of the 3 realms really went all out to kill the human sovereign. At this moment, Hong Kuan and the others were also attacking with their full strength. If they didn't, they would be killed. However, the clones of the 3 emperors did not. It would not be that easy for the Tao tree to kill them. Even emperors can be killed. Fong Ping cursed in his heart. If the 3 ninth break cultivators went all out, even if they were only avatars, it would not be a problem for them to severely injure the Tao tree. If the 8th break cultivators attacked together, they would definitely be able to kill the Tao tree. But now with so many people working together, they only had a slight upper hand. In fact, even after breaking through 7 or 8, they were in danger of dying. On Fong Ping's side, the battle continued for days. In the distance, the heaven-subduing king dashed toward Emperor of Heaven Reverse. Do you need my help? The Emperor of Heaven Reverse threw a look at heaven-suppressing king and punched. The Emperor of Heaven Reverse forced the God Emperor back and said, Zhen, keep Qiong occupied. I will go help them. Heavenly King Zhen Wang grinned and cursed in his heart. Do you think I'm an idiot? Let the beginner martial artists and Dong Wang surround and kill the Tao tree first. The Emperor of Heaven Reverse Emperor glanced at him, chuckled, and said nothing. Quake! The Emperor of Heaven Reverse Emperor punched again, the fist of the void. As he punched, the void trembled. The Divine Emperor stumbled backward, his body trembling violently. The Emperor of Heaven Reverse showed no mercy. He dashed forward again and approached the Emperor in an instant. In the blink of an eye, the Emperor of Heaven Reverse punched the Emperor for thousands of times. Not much of the punch force leaked out, but the space where the Emperor of Heaven Reverse was obliterated. In the blink of an eye, the Divine Emperor stomped through the void and retreated, his body covered in blood. At this moment, Emperor of Heaven Reverse suddenly stopped. He sensed the threat from behind. Behind him, Heavenly King Zhen Wang did not make a move. He was still smiling and said, "Fighting. Do you need help?" The Emperor of Heaven Reverse Emperor asked without looking back, "Why are you sealing the void?" "To prevent the Emperor of Heaven Reverse Emperor from escaping." "Brother Zhen, you have thought this through." The Emperor of Heaven Reverse Emperor grinned. He stared at the Emperor of Heaven Reverse Emperor without looking at Heavenly King Zhen Wang. He said slowly, "Yang, is it you or Zhen?" In front of him, the Emperor of Heaven Reverse Emperor frowned. "If you say so." The Emperor of Heaven Reverse Emperor frowned and said slowly, "Playing hard to get? Or are you trying to confuse us?" The Emperor of Heaven Reverse Emperor snorted. Without another word, he slapped his palm down. The moment his palm landed, the lines on his palm intertwined and changed. The void seemed to be torn apart, cutting space and time. "Too bad this is not good enough." The Emperor of Heaven Reverse Emperor snorted. Right at that moment, from behind, Heavenly King Zhen Wang punched. The Emperor of Heaven Reverse Emperor snorted. "Emperor of Heaven Reverse Emperor, go to hell." Even though he was shouting Emperor of Heaven Reverse Emperor's name, his expressions changed again and again. He stepped back at once. Boom! The Emperor of Heaven Reverse Emperor's palm and Heavenly King Zhen Wang's fist collided. Heavenly King Zhen Wang suddenly turned pale. He ran away and bellowed, "Damn it, the Emperor of Heaven Reverse Emperor and God Emperor of Heaven Reverse Emperor are on the same side." As the saying goes, the guilty party is the first to complain. Heavenly King Zhen Wang quickly ran toward Fang Ping, yelling, "A bunch of idiots. These two are on the same side. Do you want me to die?" Spirit Emperor and the rest were slightly shocked. On the same side? He had sensed it before, but at this moment, the Emperor of Heaven Reverse Emperor's cold voice came. "Zhen Wang, are you still going to deny it?" "Deny my ass." Heavenly King Zhen Wang scolded, "You two are on the same side, together with the Tao tree and Chu Wu. I was wondering how you could be so calm. It turns out that you have already prepared for everything. Fang Ping, go retreat. If we stay here any longer, we will be the ones to die." While cutting off the roots of the Tao tree, Human Emperor looked at Heavenly King Zhen Wang, frowning slightly, a little suspicious. However, Heavenly King Zhen Wang was really going to retreat. He stepped forward and grabbed one of the roots of the Tao tree. With a roar, he broke it and grabbed Fang Ping, ready to leave. Fang Ping hurriedly said, "Seed, retreat to the passageway first. We will snatch it if we have a chance. If not, we will leave immediately." Heavenly King Zhen Wang did not hide it. He bellowed, "Idiot, can't you see that they are plotting against you? Their target is you and me. They will kill you, and then I will snatch the seed because we are not their pawns. Go. It's more important to stay alive." Before his voice died away, two figures appeared behind him, one in front and one behind. God Emperor said quietly, "Zhen, you have misunderstood. I have known Emperor of Heaven Reverse for many years, but I am not plotting against you." Next to him, Heaven Reverse Emperor smiled a mocking smile. "Qiong, those guys are besieging the Tao tree. Why aren't you going to help?" With that, God Emperor leaped into the air and slapped at Human Emperor. Heaven Reverse Emperor's expression changed. He was about to say something when Heavenly King Zhen Wang screamed, "Break out! Blacksmith, Sherpa, Heavenly Hound, Wan, break out together. Kill Dou, leave this place." As soon as he said that, the human powerhouses retreated with Heavenly King Jinwang and dashed toward Heaven Reverse Emperor. On the other side, the Tao Tree and God Emperor were fighting against the three avatars. They were gaining the upper hand. Hong Kuan and the others turned pale. They did not know what to do. Fong Ping shouted nervously, "Dou and God Emperor are the same person. Dou is God Emperor's novice martial form. Everyone be careful." These words were like 5 bolts of lightning striking the top of their heads. Emperor Dong Wang chuckled. "So it is true. I have had some speculations in the past. So it is true. Dou, no wonder I saw Qiong's shadow when I looked at you. You two are one." Heaven Reverse Emperor was besieged by Heavenly King Jinwang, but he did not panic. He chuckled. "The villain is the first to complain. I am Qiong, but Dou has nothing to do with me. Dou did not come this time. He has his own business. I knew he would not come, so I borrowed Dou's identity." With that, a second God Emperor appeared. Emperor of Heaven Reverse transformed into the Emperor God. No one said anything, but they must be cursing inside. The battle had just begun, and many changes had taken place. 2 God Emperors. Who was real and who was fake? Or maybe they were all real. Not only one avatar could be formed. It was unbelievable that 2 avatars could defeat 9 avatars, but it was not impossible for a God Emperor to do so. Who could tell which one was real and which one was fake? The situation was getting more and more chaotic. Tao Tree did not trust the God Emperors around him. Even when he was fighting against 3 God Emperors and under great pressure, he tried his best to avoid contact with them. Not only this one, but he also did not want to get in touch with the God Emperor that was Heaven Reverse Emperor. It was hard to tell. Both of them were God Emperors. However, at their level, they had entered the origin and touched the essence of Great Path. It was not impossible for them to change something by force. Tao Tree wanted to curse inside. Which one was real? It would be best if they were all real. If one of them was fake or both of them were fake, then he would be in big trouble. The battle was getting more and more complicated. Not even a human sovereign could tell which one was real. He had some speculations, but he was not sure. God Emperor Dou, Jinwang, Young God, these people were cunning. What was more, the other human sovereign did not come this time. Did they really not come? That might not be the case. Things were more complicated than he thought. Who was the enemy and who was the friend? He could not tell either. The only thing he could be sure of was that what everyone needed now was the seed. As long as the seed did not fall into the hands of one of them, they could slowly figure out some things. Fong Ping's group had besieged Heaven Reverse Emperor together, but it was still difficult to kill him or the current God Emperor. Fong Ping, Heavenly King Garrison, and God Creation Envoy had unleashed the strength to break 2 doors. Heavenly Hound was also close to breaking 2 doors. Even with Sherpa and the other 2, it was still difficult to gain an advantage. Such a situation was also somewhat out of everyone's expectations. These people were stronger than he had expected. Previously, Fong Ping expected that 10 broken 8 could definitely deal with 1 broken 9. The broken 8 here was the kind that could break 1 door. He and Heavenly King Garrison and the other 2 working together were definitely comparable to 7 or 8 powerhouses who could break 1 door. Including Heavenly Hound and the other 2, they would not be weaker than 10 broken 8. But now, the God Emperor seemed to be more than enough. That day, Heavenly King Garrison and the others worked together with the beginner martial powerhouses to deal with the human sovereign. That was his real body, but he still suppressed the human sovereign. Was the human sovereign too weak, or was the human sovereign restrained that day? The more the battle went on, the more Fong Ping felt that this time was very mysterious. However, he was also happy to delay the time, give Cat some time, compress this space, and directly pack it up and take it away. It's a mess. On the other side, Zhang Tao sighed. How chaotic. 2 God Emperors suddenly appeared. How could this not be chaotic? Moreover, right now it was impossible to tell who was on the same side. Anyway, they were all fighting fiercely. In the end, other than Li Zhu and a few unlucky ones, almost no one was injured. It was like a fake fight. These guys, were they all fighting for fun? If Fong Ping and the others were not also participating in the battle, he would have thought that it was a battle to learn from each other. Cat. How much longer? Old Zhang was not riding Third Cat at the moment. Third Cat did not let him ride. Old Zhang had now freed Iron Head and was letting Iron Head carry him. Don't ask him why a broken 7 needed someone to carry him. According to Old Zhang, he was taking advantage of the others fighting to absorb some vitality to strengthen himself. He might have to participate in the battle later. Of course, the stronger the better. Iron Head carried him, so he could better absorb the vitality. Iron Head went to carry him without hesitation because Old Zhang was really absorbing vitality to strengthen himself. He could still see this. At this moment, Iron Head was also a little confused. He said in a dilemma, "These people, I can't tell who is on the same side at all. One is more sinister than the other." "You don't need to understand." Old Zhang laughed. "You only need to know that other than our people, the rest are all enemies. If you can kill them all, then don't let any of them go. If you can't, then don't trust any of them. Anyway, none of them are good people." Ironhead nodded, agreeing with this statement. This was much simpler. Zhang Tao looked for a while and vaguely saw something. He murmured, "These people seem to be waiting for something." Cat turned around and glanced at him. He asked curiously, "Waiting for what?" "I don't know." Old Zhang laughed. Then his eyes flickered. "They seem to be fighting a bloody battle, but their injuries are not serious. Look, there is no one in the passageway. I don't know if they are afraid of being ambushed or deliberately left an opening for people to come in. It seems like they are waiting for someone to come in." Cat scratched his head. "They can't be waiting for Cat 2 and the others, right?" "Huh. It's Heavenly Emperor Zhan." Cat explained. "Cat 2 and the others are still alive. They just haven't come out yet." All the powerhouses were intentionally or unintentionally maintaining this situation, so until now, there had been no deaths. Otherwise, if they really joined forces to kill the Dao Tree, how could the Dao Tree be so free and unfettered? Fong Ping felt that even if he left now, this place could still continue to maintain balance. In other words, if he brought Sherpa and the others with him, this place could still maintain balance. But this was not the result he wanted. Maybe this was what Heavenly King subduing and the others wanted. Fong Ping, on the other hand, firmly believed in one principle. The more enemies died, the better, the safer. It did not matter who the enemy was. He would not be satisfied if a few people did not die. Hong Kuan, Hong Yu, Fong, Monster Emperor. Fong Ping calculated in his heart. These people, some of them might be the Emperor's pawns, and there were many of them, maybe all of them. These people did not have to be killed. Moreover, these people were not as strong as him now. It did not matter if they were killed or not. He was definitely going to kill the Dao Tree. The Emperor's avatar too. Otherwise, avatars were also combat strength. If one day they became enemies, these Breakthrough 9 avatars would also be a huge threat. Losing a Broken 9 clone was a huge loss to a Monarch Realm cultivator. Therefore, the main goal was still to kill these Breakthrough 9. If he burned his Dao, it would last at most 5 minutes. 5 minutes, in a desperate situation, was enough to end a battle. Whether he could kill a Breakthrough 9 or be killed by a Breakthrough 9 was uncertain. But at most, he could only deal with one. In this place, there was more than one Breakthrough 9. Now, there were a total of 7 Breakthrough 9. If including Heavenly King Garrison, who was suspected to be a Breakthrough 9, there would be 8. Not counting Heavenly King Garrison, I don't know if that God Emperor is the work of Heavenly King Garrison. If he is, then there will be 6. Including me, there will be 3 Breakthrough 9. Fong Ping was a little annoyed. This kind of protracted war was not what he wanted to see. Now this balance could only be broken. They don't want the seeds to be taken away. They are all afraid that the seeds will fall into the hands of the Dao Tree. Fong Ping glanced at the 3 emperors entangled with the Dao Tree, feeling even more frustrated. None of the emperors were good. Fong Ping suddenly looked at Heavenly Emperor Reverse, who was surrounded by a few of them. "No, the God Emperor." Fong Ping suddenly transmitted his voice. "Are you the real God Emperor or a fake?" The God Emperor looked at him, and then at Heavenly King Garrison, smiling faintly. You should know. Fong Ping looked at Heavenly King Garrison. Heavenly King Garrison squinted and transmitted his voice to Fong Ping. It should be the real God Emperor's avatar. This was also to tell him that the God Emperor's avatar before was probably fake and had something to do with him. Otherwise, Heavenly King Garrison would not be so sure. You want the Tao tree to prove itself? The God Emperor continued to fight with the others. His voice came, "That is my disciple. Of course, I hope he can go further. Why don't you come with your real body?" The God Emperor turned to him and said with a faint smile, "Don't you know how King Wu came to be?" This time, he had made a foolproof plan. The avatar was here, and the real body was ready to come. Together with the Tao tree, even if there were another 5 or 6 Emperor avatars, they would not be able to stop him. In the end, the heaven-breaking jade was lost, and his imprint was forcefully erased. The real body could not come. In addition, there were too many heaven-breaking experts here, which was somewhat beyond his expectations. All of a sudden, the situation was a little out of control. Fong Ping did not blush. He said again, "If you get out, will you kill me?" The God Emperor looked at him sharply and said lightly, "What do you mean, my young friend? If you get out, will you deal with the other emperors or the people of the 3 realms?" The God Emperor's eyes became sharper, and he was silent for a long time. Fong Ping said seriously, "I don't like what is happening now. Our side is not weak. That fake God Emperor is also one of us. The Heavenly King Garrison can rival heaven-breaking experts. You, the Tao Tree, the Heavenly King Garrison, and the fake God Emperor, a total of 4 heaven-breaking experts. As for the others, there are only 4 East Emperor, Ren Huang, Spirit Emperor, and West Emperor, and I don't think they are as strong as you guys. Kill these 4. The Tao Tree will seize the seeds to prove itself. How you plan is your business." The God Emperor looked at him with a burning gaze. "What good does it do for you, my young friend?" Unaccountably solicitous. This was no longer solicitous. "If you get out, kill the emperors to fill the hole, but emperors are not that easy to kill. Let this group of people fight among themselves first. By S time, it's that simple. If all of you die fighting, that's the best, and the 3 realms will be at peace." Fong Ping gritted his teeth. "This kind of chaos is not what I want to see. I also don't want to always be on guard against others attacking me. If you win, you will be the last one. I will guard against you. Even if I can't win, I know who my enemy is. And now, I don't even know who will attack me. Before this, I didn't want the Tao Tree to succeed, but now, you guys are all doing nothing. If this goes on, the longer it drags on, the more troublesome it will be." The God Emperor looked at him again. "You can make the Heavenly King agree?" Help was delivered to his doorstep. Not just 1, but 2 invincible powerhouses. Together with Fong Ping and the others who were broken 8s, such combat strength would not be weaker than him and the Tao Tree combined. Their strength doubled in an instant, but the opponent's strength dropped a lot in an instant. It was completely different from before. Such a reversal was probably beyond everyone's expectations. Fong Ping looked at the Heavenly King Garrison and said telepathically, "Heavenly King Garrison, join forces with the God Emperor and the others to eradicate everyone." The Heavenly King Garrison's body trembled slightly. He did not hear the voice transmission between Fong Ping and the God Emperor. At this moment, when he heard this, he was dumbfounded. Join forces with the God Emperor? Was Fong Ping crazy? What was he thinking? Once the Tao Tree succeeded in proving its Tao, no one could stop the Tao Tree. At that time, with the Tao Tree's anger toward Fong Ping, it would not be surprising if it killed Fong Ping. Fong Ping was extremely solemn and serious. He said again, "Join forces and kill the enemy." The Heavenly King Garrison's eyes were also extremely serious. He said telepathically, "Kid, think it through. The God Emperor might have other arrangements. Once you kill the others, the God Emperor and the Tao Tree will turn against each other. I can't stop them. I've thought it through." Fong Ping was also very serious. Killing one is one. Anyway, none of them are good. One dead is one less. I don't care who wins or loses. As for me, I'll run if I can. If I can't, it's worth it to exchange for a few Broken Eight's avatars. The heavenly king Garrison had a headache. At this time, his sudden betrayal had somewhat disrupted his plan. The god Emperor Avatar from before was me. The heavenly king Garrison suddenly said telepathically, "This place is a seed projection. In the past, my master took away a seed projection. He has done a lot of research on seed projections. This time, if the opportunity is right, I suspect that he will appear again and take these away. The reason why we haven't fought desperately is because everyone is waiting. Waiting for my master. Waiting for the Celestial Emperor. The Celestial Emperor built this place. He will not be unprepared. Maybe this place is also his backup plan. Now everyone is waiting. If this balance is destroyed, there will be heavy casualties. Once they appear, they will no longer be a threat to them." The heavenly king Garrison finally revealed his plan. Wait, not to fight the Celestial Emperor, but to wait for the Celestial Emperor and the Sun God. If Fong Ping joined forces with the God Emperor now, it would disrupt many plans. In the end, it might cause big trouble. Fong Ping's pupils constricted. It was really this old ghost. The God Emperor Avatar was him. Previously, he was evenly matched with the real God Emperor Avatar. This was a Broken Eight's combat strength. Although the heavenly king Garrison in front of him did not display Broken Eight's combat strength, he was also a peak Broken Eight's powerhouse. Was this guy so strong? They were actually waiting for the Celestial Emperor and the Sun God. No wonder they seemed to be fighting to the death, but in fact, they did not suffer much damage. Forget this. The current balance can't lure those people out. Join forces. Fong Ping was resolute. He wanted to break the balance. As for the Celestial Emperor and the Sun God, they were not something he should consider. The heavenly king Garrison gave him a deep look. This time, he did not say anything else. He said telepathically, "Kid, since you insist, I will listen to you. But don't you regret it? The Celestial Emperor and my master may be your great enemies. If you lure these two out, Fong Ping might be able to solve some problems in advance." But now, Fong Ping insisted on joining forces with the God Emperor and the others. Fong Ping would weigh the pros and cons himself. Fong Ping did not care about this. Even if the Celestial Emperor and the Sun God really appeared, these people could not kill them. Why waste time? Chapter 1373. In the battle hall, Jean waited quietly. After a long time, he suddenly sighed. "Are you waiting for me? It seems like I have to go over." Two Cats said regretfully, "Now? They're still alive." No matter how strong Jean Tiendi was, he could not fight so many people. This was like the real body battle back then. Everyone was a clone projection. Now it was equivalent to fighting 1 against 7. No matter how strong Jean Tiendi was, he could not do this. Just as he was about to get up, Jean Tiendi paused. "Wait a little more." Virtual Sky World. Fong Ping and the Emperor God reached a standstill. The Emperor God wanted to kill Dong Huang first. Fong Ping could not be bothered to listen to him. He wanted to kill the human emperor first. Fong Ping and the human emperor had a grudge. He did not care how gentle and kind the human emperor looked now. A grudge was a grudge. Fong Ping made an emperor lose face in front of the 3 realms. Anyway, Fong Ping would not just let it go. The more courteous he looked, the more sinister he was. Anyway, that was what he thought. As for what the human emperor thought, it was none of his business. Emperor God, you, Heavenly King Garrison, and the fake Emperor God can deal with the human emperor. We will stop Hong Yu and Hong Kuan. Dao Tree can still fight 1 against 2 for a while. It shouldn't be a problem for the 3 of you to kill the human emperor, right? The Emperor God was about to speak when Fong Ping said again, 3 against 1. If you can't even do this, then there's no point in cooperating. 3 against 1. If you can't even do this, do you really think I'm an idiot? The Emperor God laughed and said meaningfully, as long as Garrison is willing to go all out, killing Ji's clone is not a problem. The 3 of them were powerhouses. It was not difficult to kill one of the same rank. They were just afraid that someone would go easy on them. Fong Ping snorted. If you can't kill him, the cooperation will end. It's that simple. As for whether you live or die, It's up to your luck. At this moment, the human emperor was fighting with the fake emperor god. Dao Tree was still fighting 1 against 2. Both sides were fighting brilliantly. How to kill the human emperor was a problem. Fong Ping was about to say something when Heavenly King Garrison said faintly, "Don't let me get hurt and fall over there. The human emperor is very guarded against me. If I go over, he will probably know that we are plotting against him." Needless to say, Fong Ping really thought that way. Hearing this, he thought for a moment and suddenly sent a sound transmission to the God Crafting Envoy. "Senior God Crafting Envoy, the Divine Emperor will give you a punch." Fly to the human emperor's side and hug his thigh for an instant. The God Creation Envoy was startled. What did he mean? Can you hold it? He had also considered the power of the God Crafting Envoy. With the addition of the Jade Bone and the Divine Artifact Skeleton, even if the human emperor used all his strength to stab him, he would not be able to stab him to death. As for the others, they were very mysterious. The God Creation Envoy quickly calculated in his heart, and the Divine Emperor gave him a punch. He somewhat understood. At the same time, he understood, but at the same time, he felt as if his head was going to explode. This guy was crazy. He was going to join hands with the Divine Emperor. Aren't you afraid of being eaten up by others? How could the Dao Tree and the Divine Emperor be trifled with? How audacious of him! Can you do it? Fong Ping asked again. The God Crafting Envoy was shocked once again. He looked at the Heavenly King, Suppressing Sky King, who nodded indiscernibly. He knew that Fong Ping was contacting the blacksmith. Since things had come to this, he might as well give it a try. This brat Fong Ping might have other plans. Of course, the Heavenly King, Suppressing Sky King, was skeptical. This brat had always done what he thought. Who knew if he had other plans? Maybe he was reckless. The God Crafting Envoy also made a decision very quickly. At this moment, Fong Ping cursed angrily, "Kill. There are so many people, yet they can't even kill an emperor's avatar. Are they all trash? If you kill him, then it means that the emperor is trash." The Divine Emperor's voice came faintly. In the next moment, a short sword suddenly appeared in his hand, a hiltless short sword. "Go!" Imperial Sword. The short sword shot out at an incomparably fast speed. Fong Ping hurriedly dodged, but the short sword instantly changed direction and charged towards the God Crafting Envoy in the blink of an eye. Seeing this, the God Crafting Envoy roared, his entire body releasing a white light. Bang! A loud sound was heard, and even flames appeared. The God Crafting Envoy flew out, and the Heavenly King punched out, charging towards the Divine Emperor, shouting angrily, "You don't want face." Boom! Both sides were instantly entangled. Fong Ping hurriedly turned around and shouted, "God Crafting Envoy, are you all right?" However, the God Crafting Envoy broke through the void and flew backwards towards Hong Yu. Hearing that, he didn't even have time to speak. Creaking sounds could be heard incessantly, and with a loud bang, flames erupted from his bones once again. The God Crafting Envoy, continued to fly backwards. Hong Yu took a few steps back and avoided him. On the other side, the fake Divine Emperor suddenly grabbed towards the God Crafting Envoy. The human emperor was originally fighting with the fake Divine Emperor, but at this moment, he hesitated slightly. An instant of hesitation. Save or not. He did not know who the fake Divine Emperor was. Maybe it was Do, maybe it was Qiong, maybe it was Yang, maybe it was Zhun. If it was someone else, then the God Crafting Envoy was indeed in danger. The Divine Emperor's Imperial Sword attack was incomparably powerful, and the God Crafting Envoy was still erasing that power. At this moment, his defense was at its lowest. Once he was captured by the fake Divine Emperor, even if he could not kill him, he would still be able to severely injure the God Crafting Envoy. In addition, the two sides were still working together. If he did not save him, it might cause the human race to become hostile. These thoughts flashed through his mind. The human emperor instantly made a decision. "Save? Your opponent is me." The human emperor took a step forward and stood in front of the fake Divine Emperor. The God Crafting Envoy charged towards him and apologized to himself. "I didn't do it. You can take revenge on Fong Ping. If the Avatar dies, then so be it. The human emperor had just blocked the fake divine emperor when his expression changed slightly. This was because the divine emperor who wanted to capture the god crafting envoy seemed to have a plan. At this moment, there was no need for him to change his move. His hands formed eagle claws and grabbed onto his arms. With a roar, his chi and blood erupted and shot into the sky. Behind him, the god crafting envoy was really hugging his thigh. With incomparable speed, he borrowed the force of the impact and rushed over. He grabbed his right leg and roared, "Don't hit me!" The human emperor's expression changed. With a low shout, his body was like liquid, quickly softening. He knew that he had been tricked. At this moment, the only thing the human emperor wanted was to quickly escape. As for the god crafting envoy and the fake divine emperor, they would talk about it later. However, this kind of softening effect was not great. The fake divine emperor was still prepared. With a low shout, a wall was quickly constructed around him. Imprisonment. All of this happened in the blink of an eye. The human emperor was still thinking of a way to continue escaping. At this moment, his expression changed again. Behind him, two incomparably powerful auras flashed. The divine emperor had arrived. At this moment, the divine emperor's arms were blood red. A thin sword appeared in his hand, and a sword pierced through the air. The Heavenly King also had a weapon in his hand. In the past, the Heavenly King used the Heavenly King seal. Later on, he used his fists and almost never used a weapon. Today, he used it. In his hand appeared a ball? Yes, a ball. The Heavenly King picked up the ball and used all his strength to smash it. The Divine Emperor's imperial sword and the Heavenly King's smashing ball were both extremely fast. It was too fast. They had just sensed that the Divine Emperor had sent the god crafting envoy flying with a single sword strike. In the blink of an eye, the Heavenly King and the Divine Emperor had actually joined forces to attack the human emperor. The human emperor's expression changed drastically. He was a little angry and a little helpless. Fong Ping, you will regret this. He seemed to know who was secretly controlling everything. He did not mention anyone else at the first moment, but mentioned Fong Ping. Then he sighed and said, "I'm not your enemy." As soon as he finished speaking, the god crafting envoy's expression changed drastically. He scolded, "Go and King kill Fong Ping. Don't kill me. I have a secret door in the immortal origin. If you kill me, you..." Bang! Before he could finish his sentence, the fake divine emperor kicked him away. The god crafting envoy could not wait to fly away. It was too terrifying because someone was about to self-destruct. The human emperor seemed to know that there was no way out. In addition, it was only a clone. He was not willing to be taken advantage of. Almost at the same time as the divine emperor and the heavenly king arrived, a loud explosion sounded. This roar was truly earth-shattering. The three realms trembled. Boom! In the source universe. In front of the three gates, the three emperors suddenly trembled slightly. Then, their eyes lit up as they looked towards the distant land of darkness. The divine emperor muttered, "The clone self-destructed." Ji's clone? On the other side, someone replied, "What a huge battle. How long has it been?" Ji's clone self-destructed? Could it be that the mystic realm is going to collapse? The divine emperor did not say anything. Frowning for a moment, he quickly said, "The two of you, how about we go take a look together?" Then the three gates have been suppressed for many years. It's fine to leave for a while. As soon as these words were spoken, the other two emperors were somewhat moved. This formation was somewhat frightening. The human emperor had self-destructed his clone. What kind of battle was going to happen over there? All right, let's go take a look. The three of them did not hesitate too much. The three gates have been suppressed in the depths of the source universe for many years. Even if there were any unusual movements, they would be able to sense it and quickly rush back. At this moment, they wanted to see what had happened over there. This formation, the strength of the human emperor's clone, was not weak. It might have broken through 9. Even an emperor would not be able to condense a clone that had broken through 9 times so easily. Anyone who could do it was a top-notch expert. The Spirit Emperor could not do it. Her clone had cultivated in the secret realm for many years before breaking through 9 times. It was not a clone that had broken through 9 times from the beginning. Rumble. A mushroom cloud soared into the sky. This was much more powerful than a nuclear explosion. Moreover, it was condensed in a small area. The power was even more terrifying. The god creation envoy was so powerful, and his bones were equivalent to those that had been tempered twice. At this moment, he had flown away a step earlier, but his flesh and blood were still gone. His bones were broken, and he cried out in pain. Not only that, but his clones had also appeared. More than 10 clones formed a circle to help him resist the aftershocks. In the surroundings, Hongyu was a little closer. Hongyu, who had not been injured much, was also vomiting blood at this moment. He quickly distanced himself, and his physical body was also disappearing. His mental energy surged out, and he kept resisting. His face was extremely pale. The battles in all 4 directions quickly came to a halt. Everyone was incomparably shocked. In the time it took for a thought to break through 9 times, one of them had self-destructed. All the experts saw this scene. In that instant, it was not the human emperor who had self-destructed, but an arm. The human emperor's arm. The real arm of the human emperor. In other words, this clone had been forged by the human emperor by cutting off one of his own arms and adding countless heavenly and earthly treasures. This time, the human emperor did not hesitate and self-destructed. This arm was also crippled. Even if the real body could be condensed quickly, the arm that was condensed would definitely not be as good as this one. This was also equivalent to blowing up the arm of the human emperor's real body. To the emperor, the last time was so tragic, but the human emperor did not suffer any serious injuries. It was just a few scratches, but today he had lost an arm. Before the energy mushroom cloud dissipated, 3 figures flew out. The real and fake god emperors were in a sorry state. There were many wounds on their bodies, but the subduing heavenly king was in an even worse state. He flew out backward, his limbs blown off. He howled miserably. Mother asterisk cur, self-destruct what? I didn't say I would kill you. Are you crazy? One of them self-destructed, and he was close. This time, it was really tragic. He did not die from the explosion because the 3 powerhouses were resisting with all their might. Otherwise, if he were to approach alone, he might be killed. This time it was for real. Behind him, Fong Ping looked at him suspiciously. Was it true? The subduing heavenly king also saw this look and was so angry that he wanted to vomit blood. Really? His limbs had really been blown off. This was too tragic. This son of a bitch actually doubted him. He was going to die of anger. The surroundings also fell silent for a moment. Then, Emperor Shi broke through the air and ran. Emperor Ling was still a little suspicious about what had happened. In the next moment, the real and fake emperor Shi broke through the air and arrived. One of them shouted, Dao Tree, join forces to kill the enemy. The Dao Tree could not tell who was real and who was fake. But now, the opportunity was too rare. Emperor Shi ran. Emperor Dongwang was still surrounded. The human emperor was killed. Only Emperor Ling was here. The Dao Tree roared. Countless branches stretched out, directly locking the void, sealing off heaven and earth. He wanted to trap and kill Emperor Ling. Not only did Emperor Shi run. At this moment, Hong Kuan and the others were also in a daze and fear, fleeing one after another. What happened? The human emperor was killed just like that? A broken 9 died just like that? What was this? The few of them were really going crazy. They really did not know what had happened. Thinking of the words that the human emperor had said before he self-destructed, Hong Yu seemed to think of something. He scolded angrily. Fong Ping, you are taking the side of the evildoer. You lunatic. This lunatic was too crazy. He actually joined forces with the Dao Tree and the others. Did you forget what you said before? Did you forget who the biggest threat is? Fong Ping said coldly, I asked you to fake a fight. Since it's fake, then all of you can die. I was prepared to fight to the death with all of you, but you actually faked a fight. You have no martial artist spirit at all. Kill as many as you can. He was very angry. Fake fight. Since when did the martial artists fake a fight? Even if it was a spar, in the arena, they were responsible for their own life and death. How dare they fake a fight in front of him? This was too infuriating. Everyone, let's join forces and kill Emperor Dongwang. Join forces with your ancestors. At this moment, Hong Kuan also scolded loudly. To think that he had said before that he would cooperate with Fong Ping. Sometimes he felt at ease. Now, he only wanted to say, F***CK, your ancestors. You F***King betrayed us just like that. You are even worse than before. In the past, at least the cooperation had not ended, so they would not easily turn against each other. Now, they turn against each other just like that. Who would dare to take Fong Ping's words seriously? Cooperate to kill Emperor Dongwang? Don't get yourself into trouble. In the blink of an eye, Hong Kuan, Hong Yu, Fong, Emperor Monster, King Qian, and King Jin gathered together. They were extremely vigilant and did not dare to trust anyone anymore. The human emperor self-destructed in an instant. Emperor Shi escaped, and Emperor Ling was trapped. The situation had changed completely. On the other side, Emperor Dongwang also snorted coldly. His face turned green. Suddenly, a dazzling force erupted from his body and slapped the underworld god until he vomited blood. He shouted, "Shin, come back!" In the distance, Emperor Shi was still escaping. He only stopped at this moment. When he heard this, he looked at the trapped Emperor Ling and then at the battle between Emperor Dongwang and Chu Wu. His expression changed. In the next moment, he flew towards Emperor Dongwang. As for Fong Ping and the others, Emperor Shi took a detour. What a bunch of deceiving people. Now, even if you beat him to death, he would not easily trust this group of bastards. He was almost tricked to death. Further away, Heaven's Pole dug a hole and buried himself in it. Seeing this, he looked at Emperor Shi curiously. This is my father, right? It should be. The way he ran, it was a little like him. He ran very fast. Look, the human emperor had just died. Emperor Ling was still in a daze, and Emperor Shi ran, not giving anyone a chance at all. This was completely an instinctive reaction. Who could it be if not his father? It should be right. His father had actually managed to create a Broken Nine clone. This was beyond his expectations. Before this, Heaven's Pole did not really believe that this was his father's. A Broken Nine avatar was not a toy that could be created at will. The Divine Emperor, Do, and Emperor Dongwang were all normal. On the human emperor's side, he had spent a lot of money and even chopped off his arm. It was considered normal. On the spirit emperor's side, he knew that this avatar was not normal. When Fong Ping and the others fought with Spirit Emperor, he knew that it was not normal. But his own father, he was 90% suspicious. But now, Heaven's Pole believed it. Perhaps it was really his father. This was amazing. Did he have a breakthrough in these years? Or did he make up his mind this time and chop off half of his body? Why did the old man spend so much money to come here? Heaven's Pole was a little puzzled, a little strange. There was no time for Heaven's Pole to feel strange. At this moment, Spirit Emperor's expression was ugly. 3 powerhouses surrounded her. As for Heavenly King subduing, he was still recuperating and did not come here. But these 3 powerhouses, not to mention joining forces, she was not confident that she could defeat any one of them in a one-on-one fight. Spirit Emperor's eyes were cold and stern as she turned her head to look at Fong Ping behind her. At this moment, Fong Ping was not fighting with anyone. Hong Kuan and the others were all gathered in a circle, and no one came to find trouble with him. On his side, the Forging God Envoy and Heavenly King subduing were recuperating, and the others were protecting, so they had no chance to find trouble with others. Seeing Spirit Emperor look over, Fong Ping said indifferently, "What are you looking at? I already said that we will join forces to kill the Dao Tree. I told you not to do anything and pretend to fight." The 3 great emperors besieged the Dao Tree, but it didn't even lose a hair. Do you think I'm an idiot? Fong Ping snorted. He hated these people the most. If he told you to kill, then do your best to kill, but you had to be disobedient. And at this moment, Emperor Dongwang growled. A shield-like divine weapon appeared in his hand, and suddenly threw it toward the Tao tree. Hold on for a moment. Above the shield, origin force erupted, and with a rumble, it smashed open the Tao tree's blockade. The Spirit Emperor instantly received it, and the shield appeared in front of him. Countless roots of the Tao tree pierced through the air, but they could only hit the Spirit Emperor and could not break the shield. The true God Emperor turned his head to look at Emperor Dongwang and said with a faint smile, "You're bold, even bringing the true dragon shield." It was extremely dangerous for an avatar to carry a divine weapon. There was a danger of falling at any time. Emperor Dongwang did not say anything, nor did he want to say anything. He had brought a divine weapon, but what about the divine emperor? The thin sword in the divine emperor's hand was also a divine weapon. It was not like he was the only one who had brought a divine weapon. There was also the heavenly king's subduing side. There was no ball, but it was also a divine weapon. He had never seen it before, and it might have been made by a late-stage forging god envoy. The Spirit Emperor held his shield and barely blocked the encirclement of a few people. Emperor Dongwang's face turned serious and shouted, "Chen, help me stop them." Emperor Shi looked around and did not say much. He quickly attacked the underworld god and the others. As for Emperor Dongwang, he quickly left the battlefield and shouted, "Hong Kuan, Hong Yu, surround and kill Fong Ping and the others. I'll go save the Spirit Emperor." Hong Kuan and the others looked at each other, feeling a little frustrated. One moment they would kill this person, the next moment they would kill that person. Right now, they had no idea who was the enemy and who was the friend. The only thing they knew was that they could not let the combat power tilt. Otherwise, if they really killed the Spirit Emperor, Fong Ping and the Divine Emperor would be completely invincible. Hong Kuan and the others quickly attacked Fong Ping and the others. Hong Yu said angrily, "Underworld God, are you still going to help the evildoer? Quickly let Emperor Shi join the battle and surround and kill Fong Ping and the others." Were the Underworld God and the others crazy? They were still listening to the Divine Emperor's orders. Did they really think that the Divine Emperor would help them? Once the Emperor died, many things were out of everyone's control. What were the Underworld God and the others thinking? On the other side, Skyarm also quickly sent a voice transmission to the Underworld God, saying somewhat angrily, "Dark, do you still want to continue? That's not Do, it's Qiong. Qiong has killed many of our people in the past." The Underworld God did not say anything. He looked around and quickly sent a voice transmission. "Emperor, she has no intention of fighting to the death. You and Huan bring the others to hold him back for a while. I'll go get the seed. I'm a new martial artist, but I can also break through 9. I've long broken through Peak 8, but I can't break through the barrier. Skyarm, this is my only chance. New martial artists will never break through 9 again." When the Emperor returns, the new martial artist will definitely make the same mistake. The Underworld God's voice was filled with grief and anger. He shouted, "Both of you, help me once." Skyarm and the Underworld God looked at each other. The next moment, Skyarm made a decision and said quickly, "You go. While they're fighting, you go and devour the seed. We'll stop Emperor Shi." A new martial artist could break through 9. As long as the opportunity was right, nothing was impossible. After devouring the seed projection, the Underworld God, who had broken through Peak 8, had hopes of breaking through 9. After breaking through 9, with the Underworld God's powerful physique, even the Tao tree would not be his match. The Underworld God got the support of the two and heaved a sigh of relief. The next moment, he suddenly broke through the air and flew quickly toward the seed. At this moment, all parties were fighting. No one stopped the Underworld God at this time. Everyone had almost forgotten that new martial artists also had top powerhouses. In the past, when new martial artists proved their Tao, they had almost all received help from the seed. Now, if he really devoured the seed, the Underworld God might have a chance of breaking through 9. At this moment, the eyes of the God Emperor, who was fighting with Emperor Donghuang, flickered slightly. Emperor Donghuang also saw the movement. The next moment, his expression changed, and he shouted, "Celeste, stop him! Stop the underworld god. However, Emperor, she was tightly entangled by Sky Arm and the others. He said weakly, I can't get away. Damn it, Emperor Dongwang shouted. Fong Ping, stop him quickly. New martial artists who break through 9 will borrow the power of Origin. Origin will weaken. Stop him quickly. Fong Ping was stunned. Beside him, Heavenly King Jin also shook his head and said, I forgot about this. Qiong is really scheming. Fong Ping looked confused. What did he mean? The God Emperor secretly supported him? He looked at the God Emperor again. Sure enough, the God Emperor was doing his best to stop Emperor Dongwang. The Dao Tree even suddenly attacked the fake God Emperor and Spirit Emperor. Obviously, the Dao Tree also knew about this. Fong Ping was confused. What the F***CK was this? These people were preparing for the underworld god. Even the Dao Tree knew about it. Did he not want to become an emperor? Heavenly King Jun said quickly, the God Emperor intends to weaken the power of Origin. Maybe there are changes in the depths of the Origin. After weakening, the other emperors may be further trapped. He may be prepared and can take the opportunity to escape. If that happens, the other emperors will be in danger. Fong Ping understood. After understanding, he shouted, Underworld God, do your best. I'll let you have the seed. The God Emperor is using you to escape and wants to kill the other emperors. It's best if all the emperors are dead. Remember to join forces with us to kill the God Emperor. Only when all the emperors are dead will you have an opportunity. Everyone was stunned. Fong Ping did not stop him. Not only did he not stop him, but he also hoped that the Underworld God would prove his Tao. Underworld God, I'm a man of my word. After the emperors are dead, the humans will go through the beginner martial path and destroy the Tao of Origin. In the sky, the Underworld God who was flying through the air was slightly stunned. Are you really an Origin martial artist? Forget it. This guy had no faith at all and never followed Tao blindly. He did not care about beginner martial artists or Origin. Whoever gave the benefits was the boss. Shameless guy. The Underworld God cursed in his heart. At the same time, he was also considering whether he should join forces with Fong Ping and the others or join forces with the God Emperor to destroy Fong Ping and the others first. In the sky, the seed was getting closer and closer to him. The Underworld God's heart was beating wildly. Hope. The hope of beginner martial artists. His own hope. Just when he was less than 10,000 meters away from the seed, someone suddenly appeared in front of him. It was an unprepossessing middle-aged man. The middle-aged man looked at the Underworld God with some pity and some complicated feelings. Underworld, the Origin cannot be weakened. It's you. The Underworld God's eyes were bloodshot. He roared furiously, It's you, you bastard. In the past, the beginner martial artists regarded you as their leader, their ancestor, their god. You bastard! How dare you destroy the beginner martial artists by creating the Origin? Bastard! I'll kill you! The Underworld God was no longer calm. He screamed mournfully. A huge scythe appeared in his hand. It was a beginner martial artist's weapon, a weapon tempered for a lifetime. He was really angry. 30,000 years ago, because of this person, the beginner martial artists were defeated. Countless beginner martial powerhouses died. 8,000 years ago, the beginner martial artists suffered heavy injuries again because they could not suppress the Origin. Today, hope was right in front of him. This person had appeared again and blocked his path, the path of beginner martial artists. An irreconcilable feud. Kill! The Underworld God went all out, charging toward the middle-aged man in an instant. If he did not take revenge, even if he died, he would not be satisfied. Kill him. You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.